Welcome! File in, file in! We have an important announcement to make. At approximately an unknown time, and at an unknown place, off the edges of the Content Coast, 3, count them 3, 1 hour long massive ordnance memes were launched at RH3 Front. It is because of this, and many other aggressions, that we must take advanced action against Cruel World Dumb Mind. The stream will start here soon in 5 minutes. Stay tuned. Welcome, my fellow soldiers. Here, let me turn the music off. Let me turn the music off real quick, guys. One moment. That's some hard-ass music, by the way. That is Front Mission 4's original soundtrack, so go check him out. Anyways, let me put on the meme voice. There are gang stalkers in my walls. Well, I kind of agree with that. I'd agree. There are gang stalkers in my walls. But, question, how deep are they? That's what I want to know, Garsfielst. How deep are your gang stalkers? Oh, I'm imagining just a bot. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I have an important announcement to make. At approximately... hold on, I gotta make sure. I gotta check the time. I have a hole in my wall and they watch me sleep. There are gang stalkers in my wall. Well, that's not good. You should get those checked out. I heard they're bad for you. 1 moment. 2 days ago. What's today? At approximately October... Okay, I need to stop with the voice. October 28th. My dear liberal Chad, known as Ethan Klein, famous for his H3 productions, was viciously attacked with blatant misinformation from this woman here, Cool World Dumb Mind. So, I have decided to mount a defense for our dear liberal Chad. Alright, I'm dropping the voice. I was really excited for that voice. I was like, oh, this is gonna be so funny. Because I can do a good JFK. But, you know, kind of fell flat. Much like this video we're about to get into. But guys, today is a very early stream because I have to go to work at 3. So, it's gonna be a pretty early stream today. We actually got some pretty, you know, we got a couple viewers in here. So shout out, Naren Brindy, or Brit. And Garsfielst, even though I feel Garsfielst is potentially a bot, that's all right because they seem like a really cool person that unfortunately has some schizo defective issues, but that's all right. Don't worry about it. I think I have some of those too. But I watched the H3 members episode yesterday, and I was just in utter shock of how stupid and dumb and poor research that went into this. Sorry, I'm a little early, you know. I don't really stream at this time, so my meds are still hitting. Can you believe that? My meds. But I was watching it, and I thought, wow, this is such a bad video that even my poor, feeble mind could potentially take it apart step by step. And this was a call. Ethan called upon his soldiers. He said he needed help. How am I supposed to ignore? How am I supposed to ignore an alert like that on the content front? As close as this man has been to the war, It would be a shame. It would be a travesty. So I said, no, I'm making a line in the sand. No more. We will watch this video, and we will deconstruct every bit of it that we can. I'm very familiar, relatively familiar, I should say, with the H3 lore. But apparently she reaches back into the Gokinaru days. So, it's going to be interesting. I don't really have any news for you today, ladies and gentlemen. This is a purely defensive battle that we must fight. This is a purely defensive battle. Tomorrow it'll be a regular show, so don't worry about that. But today is a defense. Today we shall mount proper bulwark against the lies and filth that come out of this woman's mouth. Yeah, I was watching the video. This thing is like, Ethan really does have a case to sue here. This is defamation, dude. Half of the shit she says is just not true, and the other half was disproven by Ethan. So, oh, hold on. Sorry, radio transmissions from the front. I get those sometimes. PTSD is what they call it. But anyways, we're going to, let's just get into it. Shout out to whatever fucking Chad is playing this game. I mean, I don't think his face cam shows, but he's got a very attractive face from what I know. So anyways, let's get into it. Let me reload chat for you guys. Honestly, I've been having some YouTube troubles recently with chat. For some reason, they're not showing, which is very frustrating. But that's all right. Oh, we got 4 viewers in here. What's up, guys? Good to see you. Thank you so much for stopping by my stream. If you feel so inclined, feel free to give a like and subscribe. It means the world to me, but you don't have to. This is a completely voluntary defense of the front. Much like Ukraine's foreign lead, well, I don't think that's voluntary, but this is a completely voluntary defense. It may be voluntary, actually. So let us get into the video. Sorry, I just had to reload chat there. It'll pop up eventually. Don't worry, guys. I don't know what causes it to pop up, but it will pop up. And that's what's important. All right. Here is the video. Here is the video. Gangstalkers in your fridge now. That's not good. That is not good, Carsfield. You should, you know, I hear there are some gangstalker removal services you could hit up. I think it's like a psychiatrist or something. They have a weird name because, they do some special stuff, you know, kind of like an HVAC versus, you know, something like that. And your shed. That's not good. They're in your house. Now, ladies and gentlemen, typically, you know, a normal streamer would be adverse to this kind of behavior, right? But this is increasing my engagement. Carsfield is doing a valuable service right now. He's increasing they are increasing my engagement. So, shout out to them, you know. Sometimes the trolls get a poo-pooed, but not here. Not here. I don't know what's going on with my chat. Quite unfortunate. You guys will see it at some point, I'm sure. Yeah, oh, there it is. There it is. Now you guys can see it. They are in your house. You should be careful. Wow, Ethan. So, this person, Cruel World Happy Mind, let's take a look at her channel first. I think it's important to get to know our enemy before we battle them on the field of content. Again, most of what I do is just going to be a first watch, pre-watch, is kind of dead to me because I like to experience it with you guys. This is how I get my news typically. So that's sorry, I'm in my newsman stick right now. I need to get out of that. I need to get into drama slop shtick. But I want to bring a, you know, I want to bring something to you guys' attention. So, I want you to take a look at these 3 videos, okay? And look at their view count. 311, 259, 264, okay? These are amazing numbers, and I am very envious of these numbers. I wish I could get that, right? I wish I could get that, but there's something a little deeper. There's something a little deeper besides the amazing numbers. And as many perceptive viewers might have noticed, what is this? That's a 69. 69. All I'll say is the H3 hate industrial complex is extremely strong, and unfortunately, despite our attempts to destroy the supply line, they continue to get their string of disinformation. And you may ask why? Why do this? Why make such a poorly researched video? Well, maybe that'll answer your question. Maybe it will. I don't want to imply anything. Of course not. But maybe a 69 view video wasn't really paying the bills like it used to. I mean, she used to get great views. 630. Hey, what's up, Bill? This is slop, and I am engaging in slop content right now. So, if you're not interested in slop, which I completely understand, it may not be the stream for you. But if you like slop, then this is all right. Garsfields, you're gonna have to calm it down with the gang stalkers, or I will unfortunately ban you. I love you, but when my actual chatters get in here, then that's when I'm like, all right, we gotta kind of tinker the flow. But Bill, to answer your question, this I'm this woman, Cruel World Happy Mind. I'm gonna call her Cool World Dumb Mind because I think the world is super fucking cool, and I think you're dumb if you don't think that. I'm kidding, but it's a little early for me. But essentially, she released a 3-hour fucking slander video. Thank you, Garsfield. I appreciate it. You're super dope. You're super dope. I really don't want to uh I like to make a positive atmosphere, so thank you. But I'm a few weeks behind from the H3 lore, so there really hadn't been much lore development. They were kind of just treading water with the Hassan Colorgate and stuff. But this woman, 2 days ago, releases a video that I've seen some clips from, and I think Ethan has an actual case of defamation in some of this. Thank you. They're not, don't worry. You can get a psychiatrist for that. I take pills every day. So, in fact, I'm about to start being on them right now. Right now, as we speak, the medicine is making its way into my brain cavities. But essentially what happened was I saw some clips from this video and I was just absolutely shocked at the disinfo in this, at how just rude and mean she is. And so I decided to mount my defense for Ethan because I think Ethan is actually Medicated King. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. I think Ethan, he's done some like not great things. Obviously, he's been kind of a little troll, pedo troll, as he used to be known on Reddit. But overall, I think he's a fucking Chad. I think he is a very great father, it seems like, and a good husband to his wife. And he sets a good example for liberal men out there that want to be. He really does set a good example, in my opinion. Now, I know not everybody is going to agree with that, but how, how I see Ethan like one of the OGs, and who's been able to evolve, right? Who's been able to reckon with his past and come to terms with it and apologize for it. Like, that shows growth. I'm all about growth out here, folks. And that's why I defend. That's one of the many reasons I defend Ethan. Also, he's kind of just been there for me since day one. Like, when I was a wee little Bob, I used to watch his vids, and I'm very, it's impressive to see the amount of what's the word I'm looking at? The amount of growth he's had. So, let's get into the video. We'll just take it step by step. I don't know much else about Cool World Dumb. Wait, what was it? Dumb Mind, but um, I mean, good thumbnails, I guess. I don't know if that's a very how Demi Lovato barely escaped Disney. So it just kind of seems like your typical drama trash, like your typical algo woman that just gets big for no fucking reason. Besides maybe her thumbnails and her set. Her set's very pretty. I will give her that. She has a pretty set, which we'll find out here in a moment. But she is just laughably stupid. And that's heartbreaking because, there needs to be more smart people in this world. And I know not all tankies are, I know they're not all mean. My editors a communist. So I don't think it's anything to do with her ideology. I just kind of decided to do that. Interesting set of emoji chains. Ow! Is that what we're going for? Is that like the baby I'm laying with you tonight, just like animals, animals? Fucking Adam Levine, I think that's his name. Why does the channel icon look familiar? Maybe I was recommended her Ethan video. Maybe. I know her channel icon looks very familiar to me too. I feel like I've seen something of her, on the algorithm, but I had never really fully, these just aren't my types of videos personally. I think they're animals. Yeah, I think it's, I don't know, like the gross, like the colors are just too much, and it gives me anxiety, to be honest. These types of thumbnails, they just give me such anxiety. I don't know why. Maybe I could take a hint from her. My thumbnails, the malls, animals, just like animals, malls. Dude, this is what you get. I'm playing TF2 while watching your stream. Well, hey, shout out. I hope you're catching some dubs there. And some kid was raging on VC. Well, screw him. I bet you're kicking ass. And his mom came in and whipped him. Well, that's not good.
Great moves. Keep it up. Proud of you.
Is Ethan Klein a joke thief?
Babe Nation!
For real, though. Yeah, rest in peace, Christian. That's sad.
So today, H3's just gone bad crazy.
What we do here is...
Yeah, folks. She goes back to Gokinaru. Dude, I don't even remember what Goki fucking complained about. I'm sure she'll remind us, but Gokinaru, dude, that was like fucking 10 years ago or some shit. And Ethan explained all of it.
Go back.
Alright, she had to cuck us like that. Absolutely disgusting. Yeah, I know. 3 hours of slop, American Progressive. Good to see you, by the way. I've noticed you're in my chat more, and I appreciate it. But, yeah, it's 3 hours, and this is like, I really do think Ethan has a case for defamation in this. The way she just lies in the highlights that I've seen is like, I could not imagine someone lying about me like this. Yeah, Gokanaru's video was baby first video, right? Like, it wasn't good. It didn't bring up good points. And him and Goki are cool now. I don't know why she used Gokanaru's intro or beginning. That's funny. So wait, she's a folder? Are we going into her folder? Is that... Ma'am, I don't want to see what's in your folder. No, thank you.
Hi, Ethan Klein. I've registered content new with the United States Library.
Yeah, you want to know my fucking point on this? Fucking based and genius. Fucking based and genius. Hello, early/late stream, I see. Yeah, Pasta, good to see you. Yeah, we're doing a bit of a early stream today because I have work at 3, so I wanted to make sure I get you guys some content. Bill Clockwell, if I remember right, half of it was about the Catholic Church, which leftists aren't fans of. I barely remember the video, to be honest. You think she has a tax folder? I don't want to presume. I don't want to presume.
Library of Congress.
We are being sued for copyright infringement.
Theoretically,
Look at these chads, dude. Like, veterans of the content wars. Veterans of the content wars. And they still continue to bring us content to this day. You know, I think Ethan is a great example of, like, the American dream, right? Like, he's just a great example of it. That doesn't happen very often. So it's good to see. And it's good that he's kept by his morals and stuff like that.
Sued for copyright infringement.
Theoretically, I could sue a lot more creators.
Oh, that's the famous. Oh, I kind of wanted to play some sound bites today. Some sound bites from the H3 podcast to really embody the inspiration.
And rake in millions of dollars. Some of you guys out there sweating.
Dude is like a deep-rooted misogynist, like scary.
It's, you know.
See, look at how that's edited. It's like, look at how disgustingly that was edited.
Women are in a nature setting, like, to be conquered. Like conquer.
Dude, she is throwing out the classics. That's why I knew it would be easier to, so you're accusing her of tax evasion. Yeah. I'd rather evade taxes than have a tax folder, if you know what I mean. But yeah, she pulled... That's why I knew I could go over this video, because it didn't really seem like she pulls out all the fucking slop stops. She pulls out every one. This bus is going all across the Slop City. And it's no wonder that a large tactically air-based meme was created from that. It's no wonder.
Racist, right?
No, yeah.
Okay. Then
He's a hypocrite because he said nigger before, and someone.
Oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be honest. I have said the N-word before. When I was in an MW2 lobbies, I did say the N-word. Does that mean I'm fucking evil? He said it before. I'm sorry, and he regrets saying it. Like, you know, we need to stop being babies. We need to stop being giant babies, and pick up. Good to see you, by the way, Flimars. We got everybody here. I'm so happy. I'm so happy to see you guys. I really am.
Makes a compilation. It's like, here's Ethan saying Nick.
No, Bill. Bill, no, don't leave. You're black? That's good. But that is why I'm here. I heard the dark side had cookies.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself but
Yeah, no N-word. Calm down with the Anyways, I'm sorry. I'm fucking looking at something on my other chat. All right, we're good. We're good.
become the villain.
I've gone goblin mode over way less. I got the button. I'm ready.
You tune in to watch your favorite podcast. It's a casual
Hold on, I did want to comment on this. What a cringe ass start. Jesus, does she have zero self-awareness? Is she aware of how cringe this start is? You either live long enough, you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. This isn't Batman, ma'am. Okay? You're actively threatening people with your disinformation and your meme-based tactics, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop now. Oh, do the Batman voice? You need to stop. You need to leave Ethan alone now. You're about to see what happens. Is that the Batman voice? Interesting quote to start the video, right? Like, Jesus, way to be the most basic person in the world. I could think of a more creative intro in 5 seconds, you know. But this woman, it just seems she couldn't think about it. She just couldn't think. That's why I say, cool world, dumb mind. No idea, was never a fan of Batman. I think that's close to it. I like Batman, he's cool. I'm more of a fan of, like, I was always a sci-fi kid, so 40K was just my area. Did you call a white girl basic? Misogynistic much? Yes, I did. Unfortunately. She is very basic, though. It's you know, this is like, I've seen this vibe in like 20 different rooms. I'm sorry, okay? It's not unique. It's cool, but it's not unique. By the way, she accuses Ethan of being a pedo, by the way. And I'm sorry, but this room gives 1,000 times more pedo vibes than Ethan ever has, so.
become the villain.
I've gone goblin mode over way less. I got the button.
I used to be young and stupid and thought it was hilarious and edgy to quote Pulp Fiction dead N-word storage scene in public. Black guy told me that still counted, so I stopped. Yeah, dude, it's just like, you realize, you know, when you're younger, you don't realize that these words really do have an impact, and you don't know the history of the word and how it has been used to oppress people. And so when you're a dumb kid or a dumb 20-year-old, you're like, oh, N-word. But then you realize and you feel like a fucking idiot. That's how I felt when I realized, like, how stupid I was being using that word. I felt disgusted with myself. By the way, is the volume okay, by the way, guys?
I'm ready.
You tune in to watch your favorite podcast. It's a casual stream where it feels like friends who are hanging out with you, talking about the funny things happening online.
I am a messy bitch. I say that all the time.
Damn right, he's a messy bitch. I want to get into my messy bitch shit, dude. It's crazy to go after Ethan for the N-word, but be okay with iDubbbz now, right? Well, you see, iDubbbz, he wears the cage. That's the difference. iDubbbz wears the cage to where Ethan lets it free. Ethan lets it hang free, and that's the difference.
I'm a catty, messy bitch. You were born fat.
I was always fat. Just a fat fatty. You look crazy.
And then I saw the back, and I was like, oh, that's pretty epic.
You remind me of Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
But suddenly, things start changing.
But
wow, that's... Okay, we're just gonna go after it. Like, I think that's like, you're making fun of Gypsy Rose's case? Like, that's fucking... more fucked up than what Ethan's saying here. Oh, I know, I thought quoting a movie made it okay, but it wasn't. I take accountability for my own retardation. I don't give myself a pass for it. I do better. Exactly. Exactly. It's you know, it's growth. That's what really... Trisha just said a slur. Hold on, let me go back.
Just a fat fatty. You look...
Oh, yeah!
crazy.
And then I saw the back, and I was like, oh, that's pretty epic.
You remind me of Gypsy Rose Blanchard.
But suddenly...
Like, you know... I don't call people, I don't really generally make fun of people's weight. That's another thing, but that's kind of besides the point.
Things start changing.
But at the end of the day, I don't care. I'm crazier than you are by a lot. I'm fucking insane.
Wait a minute. She named her daughter? I'm not as caught up with the Trisha lore because I actually joined into the H3 verse after. I had been in and then I went out because I had a horrible relationship. But when I got back, all this stuff had happened. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that was yeah. That's interesting. So early in the morning. I know. Good to see you, Lily. The G word is a slur. They go by Roma. Hey, I always have manually switched to all chat every time so I can see all messages or no more messages in chat. It's the afternoon in Europe. Very true. Very true. Yeah, here soon these will be global streams because I'll be streaming at extremely odd times. So, buckle up, guys. It's going to be a very interesting time. And yes, I did go to bed. I went to bed super early last night so I could make sure to stream for you guys. That name became popular before a lot of people were aware it was a slur, unfortunately. Don't know what she named her kid that, though.
Insane.
Hey, odd times are the best
The
times.
host of the podcast starts acting out of character, focusing on dark corners of society, dark corners of the internet. Suddenly, the host thinks that everyone is against them, even you.
Oh, dude, she does the imagining anti-Semitism. How are you imagining anti-Semitism when one of your best friend's girlfriends tweets out inbred? What? How do you not? How is that imagining? How is that fake? It's not. It's fucking bullshit, dude. You know, and I'm not Jewish myself, but I can see it, right? I can see this and I can point it out and say, this is a fucking problem. And it baffles me that leftists just gaslight into Ethan into thinking he's crazy. It's insane. Is this channel is not an ASMR channel. Her channel is more focused on like gossip, East culture, stuff like that. My channel is focused on news and politics typically, but when my liberal Chad is being threatened, I must mount a defense. To be clear, I'm talking about the criminal case. Trisha named her kid Barbie and Elvis. I meant be wrong. I don't follow Trisha. I mean, it kind of fits up. But you're right. I shouldn't mention anything about her children without knowing. ASMR sounding. Oh, thank you guys. TGDE is ASMR news. Well, I appreciate that. I really do.
The viewer.
Okay, dummy. All of a sudden, you gotta get all bitched out. Like, give me a break, dude. You know.
Dude, and this is exactly like her point doesn't even make sense because, dude, I be talking shit with the homies. I be telling the homies all about my fucking problems. What are you talking about? This is exactly what I want when I'm watching, you know. I like this. I like getting messy.
Suck my fucking dick. Give
Amen.
me a fucking break. Look in the mirror, loser. You're the problem.
Has your fucking friend never went on a rant like this to you? You don't have good friends, cool world dumb mind. You don't have much friends if that's not the case.
You are the problem. Fuck you. So why are you expressing such dumb fucking thoughts in my chat? So you're a fake fucking fan. Fuck you. Get lost. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, I think this was during the time when a bunch of Hassan's fucking crowd was harassing Ethan, going into his chat, calling him all these fucking horrible words. Yeah, that's a human reaction, ma'am. You know what? Cool world dumb mind. I pray that one day you are popular enough and you are well liked enough that you have that you have dissenters in your crowd, and that so that you may someday go through what, you know, I'm an empathetic individual, so I just want to understand people's point of view, and I pray that you get to understand you're so popular that you get to you get to know what that's like.
What was supposed to be your comfort?
Hassan literally went on this rant the other day to a black person saying he doesn't understand black people. Cool World Dumb Mind is such an Ethan coded joke. I know. I was pretty proud of myself for that one.
For podcast, the place you go after a long day, the place you went to relax, turned into a toxic war zone where the host.
Yeah, Ethan did all the purity tests -1, but now he's an evil fascist Zionist to them. It's fucked up, dude. It's especially fucked up because Ethan really does believe in a lot of the position. Like, he's talked about how he doesn't like what's going on in Gaza, and he is more to the left than I am on the issue. He is much more, like, a lot more to the left than I am on the issue. So the fact that they call him a Zionist, it just shows that they're just trying to say the bad words for Jews without getting in trouble.
Is even launching campaigns against other people that you enjoy watching. You feel like you need to pick a side. The world is getting darker and darker every day, swallowing up your favorite content.
Dude, like, what is this? You feel like you need to pick a side. Like, excuse me? Not everybody is so parasocial like you. When I saw the Hassan stuff going on, I was a little out of it. I was like, oh, that's really sad. But then Hassan started literally just lying about Ethan. And that's when I decided to be like, all right, this is way too fucked up. I heard they were already, oh yeah, don't worry. We'll go over the response video she made for Bad Emma Panda and Hassan. Oh yeah, she called it a conflict, folks. She didn't call it the genocide. So that's just fucking insane.
Creator.
And they went after her. Like, talk about just horrible politics.
You know it, you no longer recognize them.
Oh, hi there.
Yeah, this guy took an L. This animator took a massive L at
It's
making
me, your
this
old
video.
friend, Ethan Klein.
I gotta be honest, his animations are really lazy anyways. I don't know why, you know.
It's been a while since we've last spoken.
If this story's familiar to you, you may be a former fan of the H3 podcast.
Oh yeah, don't worry. I'll be telling my children and my children's children about which side I took in the great Hassan-Ethan war.
I am a former fan, not a fallen fan.
Ethan Klein began creating content in 2000.
What the fuck was that? Excuse me?
2011 in Israel alongside his wife Ela Klein, then girlfriend. By 2015,
yeah. When the Hassan-Ethan split happened, live on their podcast, I felt so bad for him. Ethan looked so betrayed while Hassan never cared. Not to mention justifying his insane fucking chat. Yeah, I think Ethan showed a real amount of, like, humanity there when Hassan's chat were just calling him a Zionist and just straight up fucking... Like, when you call somebody a Zionist in that way, you're obvious, like, you might as well just call him the K-slur at that point, because it's fucking... We all know what you're saying. We all understand it, right? We're not idiots. We're not fucking dumb, dude. And that's what Hassan's audience and Hassan kind of, like, in general, kind of treats Ethan and his audience. Like they're just stupid. Like, you know what? And I get that when you're funny, people may find you not as intellectually articulate, but that's just not true. I don't know what that is. Why is she only using photos of fat Ethan? I wonder. Yeah, right? Huh, I wonder. Because Ethan now is actually very healthy. And he talks about it a lot. And he inspired me to start living a little more healthy. That's what else is insane. Like, this guy has went through... I'm going to get lost in the weeds if I don't keep going. She's talking about the start of the channel when he wasn't fat either, right? It's almost like she's trying to... Well, there's something else that I want to bring up a little later in this stream. A consistent criticism I see of Ethan that is completely unfounded all the time is that he's greedy. And I think that is just like an anti-Semitic dog whistle. Like, I really do. He seems like generous as fuck. So I think that's just an anti-Semitic dog whistle. And she gets into that, and that's just, I wanted to talk about that because anytime you see that type of criticism against you see it a lot as a criticism for people who used to be Jewish or who are Jewish. And that's just so fucked up, dude. And how do they not see it? How do they not see it? It's beyond me. It's like we grew up like I'm gonna let it continue. If I go off on this, I'll get lost in the weeds because there's just so much, and that's on purpose by them. They know they want there to be so much so that you leave something. So that you leave something out. So that maybe that's the angle they can hit next time.
H3H3 Productions channel exploded, hitting 1 million subscribers by 2016.
You may have heard that we hit...
I've been a fan of Ethan since the Zarna days. Oh, that's crazy. That's actually when I started watching too. He's always gotten so much hate for being Jewish. It's just gross, and it breaks my heart that this is still happening. Yeah, it's bots hella early today. I work at 3, so I decided to stream a little earlier for you guys, and it's getting pretty good numbers, so shout out.
1 million!
By the way, guys, if you could please like and subscribe to the channel, it really helps me out in the algorithm, really helps me get my message out there. I do a show Monday through Friday, undetermined times right now, but I usually talk about politics, the news, and, you know, I engage in some slop here and there. I engage in a little slop.
That same year, the H3 podcast was born, with virtually equal success. But by 2025, most of the H3 fans have abandoned them, with only a small...
Wow. Only a small portion. I mean, he still reaches like 30,000 active viewers. I don't know if that's like small.
Group of very fervent supporters left behind.
I don't understand what's going on because it's November, which is usually your highest revenue month, and this was like our lowest revenue month of the year.
Why did this happen? The very machine or monster that Ethan built, off of commenting on the flaws of other creators, began to eat him alive.
Do you think that has to do anything with the massive hate campaign that's been leveled against Ethan? Yeah, his videos still do good, and they're still good. I still think Ethan does a great show. Literally one of the biggest streamers in the world. Yeah, like I think Ethan does a great show, and he yeah, this video already is disgusting, dude. Like it's already just blatant lies. Yeah, I'll let it continue.
A Frankenstein of his own making that he thought he controlled but began to control him.
Oh, here it is. He took the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde potion. He's turning into the goblin. I'm the
Dude, that was funny, dude. I'm laughing more at this shit than I am. I remember that conversation, the goblin mode.
You know, it's over.
Before we dive into this heavy video, let's take a moment for today's sponsor.
Let's shit on her sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. This sponsor decides to sponsor harassment videos. Let's see who it is.
Incredibly personal process. I've been having a lot of hormone.
Oh, is it BetterHelp?
Think about sometimes. Today's video sponsor, ZocDoc, helps with finding the right doctor for you.
What the fuck is this service? ZocDoc? Has anybody used ZocDoc? I've never heard of ZocDoc, and I don't think I want to. Maybe most people just won't have the time to watch 4-hour videos 4 times a week compared to once a week 12-minute videos. Yeah, ZocDoc? Oh, it's ZocDoc. Uh-oh, it's all part of the agenda. Oh my god, they sent it the Hassan collar. The Hassan collar, guys.
Needs. Because of all of the disappointing doctor's visits, I started to put off going to the doctors. And
yeah, dude, this sounds like a scam. This sounds like a straight up scam. Like, I don't... Don't doctors recommend you to other doctors? Isn't that how it usually the process works? You pay a third party to find a doctor that you can find for free, right? Like, what a scam. Don't download this fucking shit, dude. Do not.
Till one day when the pain of my situation became unbearable. You shouldn't have to wait until it's too much or too late. ZocDoc makes it easy to find the right.
It's such a horrible name, too. American healthcare sounds like a scam in general, though. That's very true. But this just sounds like an absolute scam. Like, why the fuck would I need a Okay, guys. First thing, you go to a doctor if you're having issues, okay? And they will recommend you to a specialist. Okay? I don't trust any streamer who puts on that voice. Yeah. Go to ZocDoc right now. There's a Reddit post about ZocDoc being a scam from years ago. Yeah, that lines up here. I kind of want to... Let's look it up. Scam. I mean, it sounds like one, right? It just sounds like one. Oh, r/therapist. Do not use ZocDoc for a referral source. They are a scam. They will send you referrals that don't meet your requirements and individuals who they know don't have insurance that you take. You still will be charged $70 per referral. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. $70 per referral. Wow. Right? Shocking. Small YouTuber sponsors are the weirdest thing. That's why I just, when I get to 500 subs, I'm just going to turn on monetization, and I don't want to, like, take sponsorship deals. I want it to be entirely funded by you guys, because I just... Oh, from source, ask a question? Oh, okay. Clippy take over here. What was I about to say? Yeah, I'm just never going to personally take sponsorships. And I know Clippy take right here. And then I'm like, hey guys, I absolutely love this thing. I can help you set up donations. Hey, thanks, Lily. I want to wait until I get more traction, though, because I don't want to ask too much from you guys, because you guys are already doing more than enough watching me. So that's all I ask.
Doctor for you fast. You can finally cross that appointment off your list instead of it nagging at the back of your brain.
Oh god, hold on, my headphone fell out.
You can
What
finally
did you say?
cross that appointment off your list instead of it nagging at the back of your brain. ZocDoc is a free website where you can search and compare high...
Oh gosh, it's at every point I can pick at something. You know what I mean? All right,
quality
just let it go.
in-network doctors. Choose the right in-network appointment times.
Stop
ZocDoc
scamming your
events
people.
also happen
She's scamming her people. Think
fast,
about that.
typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. You don't have to talk to anyone. Just...
You got 8 viewers. That's pretty good. It took me a year to get to that level. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, I just appreciate all the people that are watching me. That really does mean, like... I don't want to opine on how great you guys are, but it makes my day when I see people in chat and they're active, and it brings a smile to my face. So, it's odd. I can go into any stream and make 2 comments and I get first place. The YouTube gods smile upon me. I don't know how their system works, truly. You can get a browser extension that skips YouTube sponsored segments. Oh, I'll check that out.
with a few clicks.
Well, I actually kind of like going through the sponsor just to see what they're offering. You know what I mean? What are they actually offering here? Because I would feel so horrible if, like, I was offering a service and one of my viewers took part in that service, and then they got scammed. I'd feel horrible. Oh, yeah, shout out to Lily. Don't forget to like and subscribe. By the way, Lily is my editor. Go check out her videos. She's a really cool person, and I appreciate her. I don't use sponsor block because I want to know what they are selling. I'm just, oh, you are a king for me too. Oh, thank you. I'm just passionate who is who is distracted by my coding. No, you're not a peasant. No one here is. Oh, you get channel points the longer you stay. That's sick, actually.
Stop guessing
Okay,
and
thanks
start
for,
getting
hey, shout out to Lily. That's why Lily is such a dope person, guys. She's very smart.
the care you need. Go to ZocDoc.com/CWHM to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. Thank you so much to ZocDoc for sponsoring us, and now let's get back into the video. Hello friends and internet acquaintances, welcome back to my channel. I would say the usual of subscribe for another deep dive and like this video if you like it, but honestly today's video is very different from the usual. A huge stance I have
Today, I'm going to shit on Ethan for clout.
Is always being empathetic to everyone, viewing all sides, understanding the story in its entirety. Ethan has...
Why isn't this at 3 times speed? Good point. Good point. Yeah, but the sponsors know if you skip the sponsored segments or not. So by skipping the sponsored segment, you are not given the... Oh, that's true. You just remember, it's just the facts of the universe.
A long history online, and I'm sure I won't be able to fully do that justice, but I'm going to try my best in this video to understand the situation completely and what took place, and empathize with all parties involved as much as possible.
So many other influencers that Ethan has run into and has had controversies with have had their own set of controversies, especially lately, which has made this video particularly anxiety-inducing, as I do not want to make it look...
So why'd you make it? Why'd you make it? You know what I mean? Why did you make it? What was the purpose of this? You know, like, was there a need? Was there ever a need for a new Ethan hate video? Like, did she see Ethan just getting too much? Just too much? Like, what's going on here?
Look like I am siding with any influencer over another. Or in this video, I'll empathize with an influencer, as I always try to do, and boom, literally the next day, they have a major controversy. Even though other influencers' controversies is not the focus of this video, I feel the need to touch on those briefly so this video doesn't appear one-sided. I'm just trying to do my best here. I did not expect so many influencers to have
yeah. The Sudan crash out. Yeah, that really pissed me off seeing that, by the way. Because I do feel for the Sudanese people, and the horrible struggle that they are going through. It brings tears to my eyes, you know, just thinking about what, and just how callous he was when he talked about it. Yeah, you didn't have to jump into a rat hole. Like, this is just so ridiculous.
So many controversies in the course of the few weeks that I put together this video.
Oh, that's the one. Yeah, I thought that's what you were talking about, Bill. Yeah, dude, like, fuck him for even saying that shit.
I really want to make it clear that I do not side with or stan any influencer or public figure, especially lately.
Oh, that's a lie. That's a lie, by the way. That's a huge fucking lie. And you know how it's a huge lie? Because just a fucking day ago, look what she put out. I messed up. To you, Hassan, Bad and Pinata, and Ethan Klein. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. You knew what you were getting into when you made this video. Just like I know that I have the potential of fucking getting in some shit by doing this stream. You know, we all know the responsibility we're taking on. And this fucking idiot, I can't believe, you know, Cool World Dumb Mind really puts it all into focus. Black voters asked why he never talks about Sudan and doesn't care about black people, and he went, suck my dick, you too, bro. Yeah. Yeah. 12 million people displaced, and he tells them all to go suck his dick. Fuck you, Hassan.
Everyone being overall disappointing.
I think that Ethan Klein is a reflection of a lot of what many of us are feeling in society. Fear, paranoia, division. While I don't want to add to that, I want to speak to it. I feel like I would be doing...
See, and this is also, like, I don't feel that. Dude, you are...
myself a disservice if I ignored what's happening currently. That being said, after this video, I'm planning to start a new series.
I like how she's like, I had to do it. It's like they had a gun to her head. You're gonna make an H3 hate video. And she had to. She had to.
On my channel called Internet Archives, where I'm essentially diving into internet drama and pop culture moments in history with dramatic twists that have happened throughout the history of the internet and social media. I think diving into the
Isn't this kind of what you already do? Isn't this kind of what she already does? This is what you already do, lady. It's like a rebirth of the channel. You're fucking radlib. What even is a radlib? It's what I am. I'm a radlib.
the history of Dramageddon, diving into the old internet history of the Try Guys, and so on. I also want to provide the disclaimer that any discussion that brings up anti-Semitism will not be tolerated in this video. I do not believe that any group of people should be...
Remember that, guys. There will be no anti-Semitism here.
hated or vilified. That being said, I also believe that finding justice should never be through killing others. It's a cruel world, and to cause more harm is to continue the cruelty. I also want to say I'm not an expert in Palestine and Israel and the conflict happening there. That's been happening since it...
Great. So it sounds like you're really well equipped to handle this. She's just basically said that she's a fucking dumbass who doesn't know what she's talking about. Yeah, I don't really like the IP stuff. I stay away from just because I don't know enough, but I know enough to know that Hassan is a fucking idiot and he doesn't know what he's talking about. And Ethan, surprisingly enough, actually knows a lot more about the history. I was very shocked with how much he learned. If I've heard it describe anything from resist libs to conservatives like Joe Manchin, oh my god. Yeah, well, I guess, you know, I do have a resist lib poster, so I guess I'm now the, I'm now a rad lib. Sounds like a rad roach or something. Expert enough to choose a side and make a video hating on a Jew for being a Jew. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
Israel's inception, it seems. Well, I'll be speaking on that issue because it relates to later on Ethan's career. I also want to recommend these podcasts that I think go into the history and political context much better than I ever could. My favorite podcast to listen to is the Throughline podcast by NPR. They've done many podcasts on this issue. Some of my favorites is the podcast on settlements, the podcast on the history of Hamas, and the podcast on Palestine. I think much of these podcasts give a fairly well-rounded...
Okay, you listened to a podcast. Congratulations. You know what? She probably does have about enough information on the discourse to at least be a Hassan fan.
Approach that shows the historical context and how we arrived at this point. Also, I'm terrified to make this video because of all of the reports that Ethan has been doing.
Oh yeah, you didn't have to make this video. That's gonna be the repeat. Bill's right. Like, you didn't have to make this, dude. And it actually, like, this was not good for her. 100% knows more than Hassan. Well, yeah, definitely. It's just so sad that that's our number one Middle East expert in the lib world, or not in the lib world, but in the poll world of Twitch and stuff. Like, I wish Lonerbox like was one of those people, because curious about the NPR documentary about Hamas now. What did you learn from that? Yeah, I think I might listen to that. I haven't listened to the NPR series on it, to be frank. But I'm interested. I might give it a look after this, actually.
Even some of the weirdly veiled threats I've been receiving through Instagram DMs and comments from some supporters of Ethan. Ethan filing false reports against creators.
Can you show those? Could you show those, please?
To critique him.
I'm proudly reporting this guy for.
Could you show those? Holy shit, you fucking liar. I feel like she just fucking lied. Threatening text to... I bet the threatening text was like, hey, can you not make this? I don't think this is a good idea.
So I also want to make very clear I'm not making this video in any hateful manner, but to simply document how a sort of downward spiral can occur, and how, in my opinion, Ethan's
But that itself is a fucking hit job, dude. You're coming at it with a point. Your entire point of making this was to, like you said, document the downward spiral. You didn't come into this like a journalist, like somebody who is intrigued about the discourse. You came into it with a fucking agenda. These fucking tankies, dude. They're propagandists. I'm joking, but good thing I found Lonerbox. Otherwise, I wouldn't know shit about IP. Yeah, Shout out to Loner. He really did, like, I'm glad Ethan recommended me to take a look at Loner, because I would be a lot more doomer if I didn't know about Loner. I feel.
Fall isn't the result
And
of
if
a
he
mass cancellation.
wasn't
How this is
able to really unpack it and stuff.
actually Ethan's own undoing. Or as many have wondered, whether Ethan was the same person the entire time and one day decided to go mask off. As Ethan Klein seems to live life by one
Excuse me? Excuse me. Listen to that. This is... You're just going to see massive amounts of dog whistles, by the way, guys. And I know a dog whistle is supposed to be... It's supposed to be a dog whistle, right? So it's like, if you call it out, you look kind of crazy yourself. But I'm just going to say it. It sounds like she's being straight up, like, you know, the sneaky Jew. He was hiding it from everybody, but now he's shown his mask. He's shown his real side. Fuck you. Oh, I missed what, why did you make this video? It's also been, how long since the Ethan Hassan split happened? Years. Yeah, exactly. Well, the Ethan, like, what's his name? Adam Mockler? Or, no, not Adam Mockler. I love Adam Mockler. Adam McIntyre or someone. The Ethan hate complex, you know? You get a lot of views if you hate on Ethan. And I think that's bullshit because, like, this just, to me, it looks like a giant harassment and bullying campaign, and I am so against anything like that.
Very hypocritical rule. Rules for thee, but not for me. As this Redditor describes the downfall of the Kleins, the shortest answer I can give you is that they got wealthy, and it enabled their worst behaviors, and the podcast gave them more opportunities to broadcast them. In some ways, the content improved, but the people behind...
Wow. You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. She's just presuming. She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
Behind it did not, and the laziness and greed at the heart of the production have turned their brand into a stagnant mess.
Yeah, an anonymous Redditor, by the way. Like some fucking random... No, this is even worse. This is, a fan. A fallen fan.
Daily, as Ethan Klein became green with envy over all of his perceived enemies who were thriving in the wake of his absence, he was unable to look inward and do any self-reflection to grow himself as a person. He was too focused on looking outward.
Wow, by the way, using an amazing fucking photo of Ethan. Yeah, from which subreddit, I wonder? So weird to listen to this soft-voiced girl who sounds like a nice person just being evil and blatant, basically anti-Semitic. Yeah, I know. It's mainstream, folks. I mean, even fucking shitty drama slop channels like this, you know, getting in on the
rules
fucking...
for thee, but not for me. How could someone who was once so well regarded...
You know what she reminds me of? Oh my god, guys, I got this. She stole Wavy Web Surf. Bro, hold on. No, she stole Wavy oh my god, look. Go subscribe to this guy. This guy's a fucking Chad. She stole his look! She stole his look! Oh my god, we found it. She stole his look. We found him, folks. I like his fucking way better, by the way. Whatever this vomit is. Oh my god. We found it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've discovered her inspiration. It's Wavy Web Surf, who's a great channel. Love him. This girl was inspired by this man, and I understand. Yeah, she already called him greedy, fat, dishonest, and evil. We'll have plenty of chances later on. Well, I don't know. I feel like just straight up, like this was like the mask. Oh, my mask is slipping. Like this idea that Ethan hasn't always been honest and hasn't just been a genuine person is beyond me. But you're right. I shouldn't just straight up accuse her right out the gate of being an anti-Semite. You're right. I shouldn't. That's more blatant. I guarantee it. Yeah, I know. You're right, Bill. I shouldn't be. I don't know. It gets me fired up when I see, like, this is not what we need to be focusing on, dude. Who gives a flying shit? Like, right?
Did fall so hard.
Wow, Ethan,
Ethan was studying English literature at the University of California, and suddenly he began experiencing intense waves
Oh wow, we're going actually
of
back.
crushing anxiety.
Right before I went off to college, I started having really severe panic.
Oh my god. So here she's gonna, I feel like is she doing the to pull and Anna and start writing, wringing her hands? Maybe, honestly.
Panic attacks. I
We'll
was
have
pretty
to
sure that I was
see.
losing my mind. I wouldn't sleep for days on end. My problem was like circular thinking. I could not stop thinking. And if it was one thing that was bothering me, something that so doesn't matter, I would obsess over. Like I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Like I relate to this. Anybody who has anxiety disorder relates to this. I know exactly how he feels. Exactly. Yeah, I relate to this very much. You know, I felt like I was going crazy because I had so much anxiety, and this circular thinking is real.
I couldn't help myself.
Ethan also has Tourette's. Tourette's is a neurodevelopmental disorder. It's characterized by repetitive, involuntary, sudden movements or vocalizations, which are
Okay, we're actually going back. Yes, Ethan has Tourette's, folks. In case you were wondering, in case you were the one person out there that didn't know, yes, Ethan has Tourette's.
called tics.
You know, with Tourette's, I've always kind of like buried my head in the sand. I know I have it, but since I was a kid, the more I thought about it, the worse it was. So my strategy of dealing with it was always kind of just to like forget that I have it or try not to think about it.
Ethan has spoken openly and publicly about his Tourette's. There's a study that says that 86% of those diagnosed with Tourette's will be diagnosed with a second psychiatric disorder during their lifetime. Nearly 50.
Fuck you. See, I already know the angle, and it's this fake fucking concern trolling bullshit. Like, I hate this, where they're like, oh, I feel so, Ethan, he used to have these bad issues, and I just want what's best for him. What a condescending little fuck.
58% will receive 2 or more such diagnoses, according to a study led by researchers from UC San Francisco and Massachusetts General Hospital.
Do you have OCD and Tourette's?
Yeah, Tourette's is like related to OCD.
And overeating.
Anything else?
So Ethan was experiencing generalized anxiety disorder throughout
Look at that. That's mean as fuck.
college.
I was super anxious and super depressed, like generalized anxiety disorder. Like I was crippled by it, and I had a hard time socializing with people.
Fall hard, by the way, is the original anti-Semitic trope angle that fall hard turned into the devil, which is how Jews are described. Yeah, which like horns, edik, not saying it's intentional, just pointing. Yeah. How did anti-Semitism get into our culture? Oh, how deep anti-Semitism is into our culture. Yeah. Autism or something. Yeah, I mean, she's basically just, why is she highlighting this? Why is this fucking important? Yeah, he used to have anxiety, and everybody who gets diagnosed with an anxiety disorder is going to have that. So, yeah, he still probably has fucking anxiety. Why does that matter? It's gonna go towards her greater point of Ethan's just fucking seeing anti-Semitism. It's not real. But the experiences Ethan's having with his anxiety are real. Like, it's not imagined. Just because you have anxiety doesn't mean you make up fucking things that are going to happen. They're based in reality. However unrealistic they may be, they are still based in some, I'll give you an example. When I used to have anxiety disorder, I would always think I'm going to get fired from my job. It didn't matter what I did. It didn't matter what fucking, I would always think I would get fired. And that's not like, yes, that can happen, but it's not, it wasn't likely to happen. And, just general stuff like that. It's just sad to see that the left, they're weaponizing it already.
I was just so anxious in my head all the time. It was probably the worst time of my life.
Many experience anxiety in school. The constant social interactions, stress, pressure, deadlines, all of that seemed to make school a breeding ground for anxiety. Ethan's anxiety became so bad he was desperate to get away from his environment, which led to him taking a trip to Israel in 2007.
Wow, that's why he went, guys. To say all he says is not to be taken seriously because he is just a dysfunctional blob of, yeah, and we can listen to, because probably according to her, we can't speak for ourselves, I bet. Yeah. Well, I spoil it a little bit, but yes, that is kind of her point, is that Ethan is mentally disturbed and he's not seeing the world right. It's just so fucking bullshit, dude. Like, if I had Tourette's and I was hearing this, I mean, I don't know how I'd react, because that's just so blatantly wrong and false, and it gaslights people into believing that their feelings aren't valid when they totally are.
when he was 22 years old as part of the Birthright program, which offers to fund 10-day trips to Israel for people of Jewish heritage. Ethan Klein's family is Ashkenazi Jewish.
And I was already planning to do this Birthright trip for like half a year already, but I was so messed up in my head that I honestly didn't want to go, and I thought about canceling it.
The trip Ethan took is officially part of a program called Taglight Birthright Israel, which offers free educational trips to Israel for young Jewish adults worldwide. Some claim that Birthright functions as a soft power or public diplomacy project for the Israeli government. Some controversy also revolves around where the money comes to fund these Birthright trips and whether the major donors influence the messaging or the itinerary.
Holy fuck. I mean, who cares, right? Did you know there's a lot of countries that actually have something like this, but it's not as talked about. I wonder why that is.
Rich Jews in Europe, UK, Canada, US, who give tons of cash, tons of money to the state of Israel for the purpose of bringing young Jews on this trip to Israel to connect with their Jewish heritage. It's like the most glorified version of JewDate.net. And they handpick these beautiful Israeli soldiers. They bring over all these young Americans.
Wow, it's almost like he's criticizing it right now. It's almost like he's saying he didn't like it. He didn't like how Israel did it. But that type of nuance is just beyond cool world dumb mind here.
And they're like, it's kind of a strange thing, this you need to be Jewish, because it is very Zionistic, it's very like racial.
While visiting Yad Vashem, the Holocaust Memorial in Jerusalem, Ethan noticed Ela Hackman.
Well, like I said, me and Ela's life has been pretty bizarre, and the way we met is no exception. Because me and Ela met at the Holocaust Museum.
It seems like meeting Ela was the cure to Ethan's troubles.
Come on, that's such a cute story, dude. They met at the Holocaust Museum.
I would assume Ethan associated his Birthright trip, traveling to Israel, meeting the...
Doesn't Ireland bring back Irish Americans? I'm not sure about that here. I'll while she's going on, I'll look at
love of his life, Ela, as integral to saving his life.
But the choice to go to Israel, despite my overwhelming desire to stay at home and feel safe, is what led me to the path of recovery. Because when I met Ela, everything in my life started to get better.
Ela Hackman was born in Tel Aviv, Israel, on December 12, 1987. She was raised in Holland. At the time of meeting Ethan, Ela was...
Like, that's so... Like, just imagine. They're going... They're just living their lives, and now you have people going in their past and criticizing how they fucking met. That's insane. Need to get a visa like everyone else. I'm looking into which places have it, because...
was serving in the Israel Defense Forces, otherwise known as the IDF. Women in Israel are required to serve in the Israel Defense Forces under the Security Service Law of 1949, which made mandatory service required for all people in Israel.
I was in the army in Israel because
Argentina, Brazil, Mexico, they seem to have a birthright type program.
It's next to Jerusalem in Ramallah.
So Ramallah, if you guys don't know, is like one of the most dangerous cities in Jerusalem. It's just like a ton of there.
Yeah.
You take the wrong street
shit.
down to Ramallah,
Okay, hold on. Antigua, Barbuda, Argentina, Barbados, Belize, Bolivia, Brazil, Canada, Chile, Costa Rica, Cuba, Dominica, Ecuador, El Salvador, Gambia, Grenada, Guatemala, Guyana, Honduras, Jamaica, Mexico, Panama, Paraguay, Peru, St. Kitts, and Nevis? St. Lucas? Yeah, there's a lot of places that have this type of program. I didn't see Canada on there. Oh, yeah. I'll defer to you on that one. I remember CGP Gray saying Irish citizen. Oh, okay, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of places that have programs similar to what Israel has. Israel just gets all of it because they're in the news right now, so...
Be your last.
The standard length of service for women is around 2 years, whereas men serve 32 months, 2 years, and 8 months. While some will resist joining the service and have to face jail time, others will enjoy their time in service.
Oh my god. She enjoyed her time in service. She loved it, guys. It's the Ela is a baby killer. Ela is a baby killer. Yeah, the program is the program is weird. Like, I'm not saying it's not. My bad. I should have clarified. You know, the program's like I think the Israeli one is kind of strange, but I mean it's not like anything super I don't think it's super evil, you know what I mean? And I think it makes sense. It makes a little more sense. But
extra unregulated work, as Ela commented on a
room for Palestine. Yeah, that's the huge issue I have with it. Bill articulated it very well. Bill Clockwell. Like, how can you How can they keep claiming they don't have room for Palestinians and keep taking white Jews? I get that. Yeah, IP, fun times. There's somebody post on Ireland, Scottish Americans thinking they are Irish or Scottish. That's so funny.
Raid she participated in while she was in the IDF. These raids are not exactly regulated by the book.
You told me once you went on like a mission with them to like a terrorist city.
They would go every night on a raid. One time I wanted to go with them just to experience it.
Did they arrest anyone that night?
They did.
Did they bring it in the same car with you?
No, it actually looked like a nice city.
That's, I mean, from their perspective, well, it's so complicated.
Yeah.
From their perspective, it's like, these guys.
At the time of meeting Ethan, Hila was on a break from
Wow, what was so horrible about what he said? I don't know.
Despite all of his anxiety, Ethan decided he would approach Hila, and the two immediately clicked.
There's this girl that is...
See, look at that. She's like, oh, despite him being an anxious, addled fucking mess. Fuck off, dude. See, she's doing it, dude. She's doing the anxiety is a weakness.
Flippin' tall and beautiful, and she's got these huge blue eyes, and I was like, what?
After his birthright trip was up, Ethan had to return home to the United States. However, him and Hila remained in touch, and the two spoke over Skype. Hila was very shy, but claims in an interview with Insider that meeting Ethan helped her open up. I was such a shy person that I would barely speak in a group setting or open up at all. When I met Ethan, he really pushed me in ways that were so healthy for my personal growth. He made me more open and confident, and he would always just compliment me or push me to do whatever it was that I was inspired to do. Hila also claimed that she helped Ethan pick his battles, even if it didn't always work. I get him to be a little more responsible maybe, or think twice. It doesn't always help. He's going to do what he's going to do, but I do think we both influence each other. By 2009, Hila traveled to the US to live with Ethan. After living with Ethan for a year, her visa expired and she moved back to Israel.
So you go back, you see her just via Skype, email stuff. When do you actually physically see each other?
It was a while. You had a boyfriend.
What? A year? I came here for 2 months and I went back and then another year.
Damn.
Yeah, I was persistent, man. Because a guy like me gets a girl like that interested, you follow that thread.
It went from like Skype relationship.
Amen, Ethan, amen.
To living together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wanting to continue their relationship, Ethan Klein moved to Israel. He got a desk job in marketing and content management. He and Hila lived together in an apartment.
I worked when we were in Israel for 5 years at a desk job, and so I was
5 years.
Yeah, in marketing.
While I was going to school for art, he was working. I mean, I was working too, but
what was your desk job? What kind of job?
I was just a content manager because I have a degree in English and writing. So when you go to Israel, that's actually like a marketable skill.
After some time, Ethan felt unsatisfied in his job. He was ready for a change, and Hila was studying video art. Hila was enrolled in the Shankar College of Engineering, Design, and Art in Ramat Gan. She was assigned to make a video about addiction. It seems like at the time, Ethan wanted to impress Hila. He offered to collaborate with her because there was another male art student that Hila was impressed with at the time. Ethan wanted to be better than him.
Hila was in a class with this dude, and they made a video together, and she's like, he's so cool, he can do anything when he's on camera. That's what you said, I remember. And I was like, I mean, I wasn't like jealous, but I was like, that's not that impressive, dude. I could do that shit. So Hila goes, we have to make a video for my art class.
So Ethan volunteered to help, and
Seduction, awkward weirdo, made him evil. Yeah, I think you're touching on something she may very well be bringing up.
the first video they made together was titled Chocolate, intended to be about addiction.
Hila had this project to make this video about addiction. So we said, okay, let's do this.
Hey, get a drawer!
What is that? Why is it in 4x3? How did you achieve this interesting wave effect, Hila?
This was also when the YouTube channel H3H3 Productions was created on April 30th, 2011. The name H3H3 is often translated as he. The name came from the
H3 is so much more entertaining than this scrub right here. It's the tone isn't matching, right? Like she's doing this like in depth, no. But meanwhile, she's talking about just some silly guy who does silly goose stuff.
two initials, Ethan Edward Klein and Hila Hackman. While the channel gained popularity due to the Klein's reaction commentary and satirical comedy sketches, Ethan first used the platform to upload
because
short
they can't find their own for some reason.
sketches with no real direction, which I think most YouTubers do when they first start creating content.
Cover all 9,000 taste bud. Aerate it. Warm it up.
Ethan described this period of his YouTube career as unwatchable.
There was no expectation at all. It was very much, I mean, our early videos are so off the wall, dude, like unwatchable. So I'm not surprised at all that nobody watched them for that long.
Ethan and Hila married.
He described them as unwatchable in one podcast, so he must have not liked it. That's the conclusion I could draw from that.
In the early years of their YouTube career, they're living together in Tel Aviv, Israel.
Welcome to the fucking shithole neighborhood known as
Sad because
Florentine
America has some great culture.
in Israel, and this is where
I love America. I do. I am a simp for my great America, my great democracy, the great union. If only Ethan made videos still. Actually, he's been posting some VODs on his channel. It's actually pretty. It's kind of similar to the old content you used to do. I've noticed. It's pretty good.
Me and Hila.
Our first apartment.
First apartment we ever had together in the whole world was here in this neighborhood. In my opinion, this one looks more like India than you can't even tell. The street doesn't even look that bad with all the fucking like wires and shit. We had like cockroaches. We had mice.
Yet Ethan, surprisingly during this time, exhibited his own version of anti-Semitism on the people living in Israel.
Oh
So now
shit!
Ethan is the first
He's gonna be. Oh my god! Holy shit! A Jew making fun of another Jew. It's never been heard of before. His early video with him stealing bits from Sam Hyde. Oh yeah. Hey, we all. You know. I take inspiration from my creators and steal certain bits.
That others are
It's the name of the game.
In the past, it seems Ethan would often say blatantly offensive things, yet he believed them to just be a joke.
You take these guys a little bit more seriously, like these fucking double girls.
Yeah, that is disgusting. But also, wearing a full suit in the summer, but they stink the whole place.
Stink suit. Here we got one driving a car. We'll get some good footage. Hopefully, of these goofy ass rat tail muggers.
Wow, he's never. Oh my god! Shame Sam Hyde turned out to be an actual pedo. I understand if you love your state and your culture, but America as a whole, that seems silly. I love America. No, not at all. I love America, and I think that we will open into a new age. I love our history, though. I understand not a lot of people do, but I think it's a great history. I think it's a history of liberation, in my opinion.
Home of the super Jew, the dirty, grimy, jacket-wearing Jews.
Ethan uploaded reaction content with his own unique style, alongside Hila's occasional commentary.
Man, I love that pen and the cap look. It's so casual and like sexy. Does it work on me, Hila? How do I look?
Pretty hard, actually.
You do the introduce yourself thing.
You just don't.
That is weird. Damn, Ethan's making me laugh more than her. Come on. Oh, I muted it.
It doesn't really matter what you say to these brainless creatures, okay? Why aren't we fucking men, by the way? I want to fuck dudes. I'm gay and I want to fuck dudes. Come here.
Okay, but this was weird. I remember the mommy makeout days. You gotta let's look at who he was criticizing real quick. Fucking mommy makeout days, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, 2 million.
The reaction style content became a huge success. This could have been due to the fact that at the time, in 2014, obnoxious, low-effort YouTube channels like Prank Invasion and SoFlo Antonio were receiving millions of views. Audiences needed a place to vent their frustration.
I don't know if that's like a great, just low effort. Like, they were doing weird shit, dude. They were doing very strange, like, sometimes pedo-baity shit. So, yeah, it's good that he called it out.
H3H3 initially provided a community where audiences could essentially laugh at these creators, as Ethan sort of rightfully called them out for their preposterousness.
SoFlo is a unique case, and he is beloved by all of us for such a great reason, and that's being that he puts himself in the videos he steals to somehow make it more like his brand.
Watch this really closely.
Oh, well, now this is just mainstream. Go on any fucking, Oh, dude, this is something else I want to complain about. These lazy creators that just dress up in, like, the dumbest, like, superhero outfit and then just put a image or put a video on that's, like, related to the MCU or related to whatever their character is fucking dressed as. And they rake in millions of views. Famous for their perfect solidarity, never endlessly arguing and nagging at each other, right? Like, a Jew insulting another Jew. Wow, I've never heard of that before. Like, and I don't think that perpetuates anti-Semitism the way that Hassan's audience kind of does and stuff like that.
0 credits given.
This is me
Or,
when
like-
she says she likes guys that play instruments.
11 million views, 0 credits given.
The viral video Vape Nation could be seen as the marker for H3's success. Dressing up as a typical vapor with psychedelic glasses, a marijuana-patterned headscarf, and a socks with sandals combo, Ethan Klein interacted with
Did she
various
just
members in New
blurt
York City
out
without breaking
marijuana?
character. The persona that
Oh god, dude, clutch my pearls.
Ethan adopted for the video became an established meme. You almost wonder if it was sort of the genesis of the street interview, street prank videos that we see today.
Oh yeah, she keeps using pictures from the era of the podcast when it was like Ethan was still a little bigger and it was just starting out.
over social media. Because of the massive virality of Vape Nation,
But it might
H3H3
just be
Productions
the
reached a new
time
level
in
of
which
fame.
she's
Today, the
talking
video has
about.
over 28 million views, and it remains their most popular video to date. But ultimately, why did H3
Yeah, is she gonna be mad if, as a white male, I insult another white male? Maybe. She's very concerned of race-on-race violence, folks.
a massive audience? What made the channel so likable? I think this quote from an article on Medium describes the phenomenon of the H3H3 success pretty well. When Ethan and Hila started H3H3 Productions back in 2011, they weren't chasing fame or influence. They were just awkward, funny people, making content that felt raw and real. Ethan's unfiltered rants, weird sketches, and hilarious reactions felt like the antidote to influence.
Hold on, what article is she using? Does she just pull this article, basically? What article is she using? She didn't put any of her fucking sources. Which, hey, I've done before too, you know? Sometimes, that's why I put, they will be posted in the stream at request, okay? That's why I do that. I'm sure there's many people that would request your sources for this. Yeah, I don't know what article she's using,
a breath of fresh air,
but it
in an
seems like she's just fucking stealing
increasingly
from it.
fake digital world. People loved them because they were authentic. They were awkward and messy, and they didn't try to hide it. Hila's quiet humor balanced Ethan's chaotic energy, and together, they felt like the internet's best friend. They laughed at the absurdity of online trends. They called out shady influencers. They made videos that felt like sitting on the couch with your funniest, weirdest friends. The Kleins created a second channel titled Ethan and Hila. On this channel, they posted in a sort of
Jesus, thank you. Like, what did we need to know about this?
vlog style format.
We're gonna put 20 bucks in here, and if we don't win, I'm gonna be in big trouble. This is our last 20, so I really need us to win now.
In April of 2015, the Klein family moved to the United
Like, motherfuckers, we've been infighting since before your Messiah was even prophesized, right? Like, come on, we've always had
States.
you know.
Initially, they chose Los Angeles.
Snarkers have convinced themselves that Ethan is actually the anti-Semite for making fun of racist Orthodox Jews because they think of Orthodox Jews on their side. Yeah, I know. Because of the whole IDF, and yeah, I know. They don't understand anything about the dynamics of Israel, and yeah.
Moving briefly to New York City and then choosing to move back to LA only a year later. By February of 2016, H3H3 Productions reached a
Dude,
million
why does she keep using this fucking picture? It's very, like, I feel like she thinks he looks really bad in this picture, but I don't think he looks like bad, or, you know, he just looks normal.
And only 6 months later, H3H3 passed the 2 million subscriber mark.
Welcome to Papa's house.
Welcome.
Today I come to you bearing great news, my friend.
Oh yeah, she does this weird thing where she pitches his voice up for copyright strike, even though, like, I don't think Ethan's. Anyways,
we have hit 2 million subscribers.
Oh man.
Then H3 hit 3 million in December of that year. However, by 2016, Ethan and Hila felt the need to
like,
change
trust me,
gears. More
girl,
and more
this
reaction-style content
fucking
creators were flooding the
video
scene.
is so horrible that he doesn't need, you know, he doesn't need to copyright strike you. He can just send a soldier like me out, and I can disengage the meme-based ordinance by myself. It's so odd because the picture isn't from that era. It's from years later. I know. This is a weird picture to be using.
On top of that, the amount of creators who were doing cringeworthy things were sort of running dry. At least you would think, though reaction-style content sort of made a resurgence later on.
Well, luckily, we are blessed in the era of absolute cringe, and you have blessed us. Thank you.
On top of that, creators like H3H3 had such a diehard following at the time that when they reacted to someone online, their fan base flooded that creator's comment section and sometimes drove them off the platform entirely.
It was dying. We felt like H3 was dying. It was stale. People weren't happy. It wasn't growing. We almost completely stopped posting on H3 and worked on Ethan and Hila for like 2 or 3 months.
So towards the end of 2016, the couple started experimenting with live streaming on Twitch, which later evolved into the format the H3 podcast. I also want to note here, something that's not often talked about is some of the reasons why a ton of very successful YouTubers will often turn to podcasting. Even if a successful YouTuber's
Oh my god, who cares? No, I don't think anybody's asking that question right now. Get on with it, dude. If you wanted to make a interesting documentary style video about how the shift from live streaming or from YouTube videos to live streaming is driven by, you know, some factor, you can do that, but that's not the video you're making right now. You're making a video that is far less interesting.
podcasts don't get as many views.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you care, Lily. I'm glad.
Some of their very successful YouTube
At
video
least we
formats.
got a
Podcasts
couple.
make a significantly more amount of revenue than the YouTube videos that creator does. And for the sake of time, I'll just explain it really briefly. This is because through podcasting, a creator can put multiple ads in a single video. I mean, my normal videos are about a podcast length and I only do 1 sponsorship, but through a podcast.
Wow. She is so brave. She only does 1 sponsor. One scam per video. That's what she does. One scam per video. And as we found out, ZocDoc is indeed a fucking scam.
You can have like 5 ads throughout and put platform ad revenue in as well, essentially 5xing your ad revenue. On top of that though, podcasting sponsorships pay significantly more, at least from what I've been told. So switching to podcasting is often seen as a very strategic business move. I personally was always confused.
Most people do because they find podcasting more lucrative. Ethan did it because he's a greedy Jew, right? Exactly. That's her point. Yeah, the ZocDoc, that's a good point at spots. That is a pretty fucking scummy idea, right? Because you go to your doctor for that. You don't need to go to a third party. You can go to your doctor and they will recommend you to specialists if they feel that that's appropriate. And if you want another doctor, all you have to do is talk to the hospital. All you have to do is talk to the human, or not even the human resources, maybe human resources. I had this issue where I really didn't like a certain doctor. And then I went and got a new doctor. I didn't need to go through a whole service. She is the banality of evil personified, as its bots put. Skim people of healthcare when healthcare is already a dog shit here in America. Yeah, I know. Oh god, those premiums. I know I'm not in political mode right now, but those fucking... I've been seeing friends and family who have talked about how their insurance premiums have rose from like $100, or yeah, about $100 a month, to now they're about $1,000 a month. And that's just like normal. That's not like the extreme cases.
Why content creators would switch to a podcast. So if you're like me, now you know. The first episode of the H3 podcast was uploaded on April 3rd, 2017. Featuring
No! No, not Justin Roiland, no!
Welcome everybody to the first episode of the H3 podcast.
Yeah, see how she pitches his voice up? It's
We're
weird.
so happy to have you here. We're so excited to bring the show to you guys. Today, we have a very special first guest, Justin Roiland, the co-creator of Rick and Morty, and a very close...
Yeah, I know. It's impossible. I don't know how people are gonna afford it. As a matter of fact, if you listen, Chuck Schumer was on the Capitol step, or not the Capitol. He was... I don't remember where he was, but he was telling people stories. And there is a couple in Florida, a elderly couple in Florida. They make $80,000, and their insurance premium is so $80,000 a year. It's going to be $50,000 a year, $52,000 a year. That's more than half of what they make. That's unaffordable, just unaffordable. And me too, Salvatore. I hope they fucking blame. And I'm seeing signs that the Republicans are being blamed.
Friend of ours, guys, let's jump right in.
But the H3 podcast didn't just interview Ethan's famous friends. They also spoke with Ethan's famous influencers.
Oh, that's a good point. This was technically the third. Well, this is a very well-researched video. Remember that. So, I don't know, you know. I know my H3 lore. Damn right, Bill. I love H3. I'll let it continue.
Friends, which was at the time different from other podcasts. This means that the H3 podcast filled a void in the budding podcasting space. Most podcasts that had an interview format sought out traditional celebrities to interview. They didn't really take content creators seriously despite their ever-increasing...
Right, American Progressive? When MTG turns on you about healthcare, you know you're in the wrong spot.
...influence at the time.
Joined with us today is Markiplier, the legend.
I don't know about that one.
You are kind of a legend on YouTube, my friend. And with us as well is Ian from Smosh, another legend. Titans of the industry. Titans, the most important people on YouTube.
How are you feeling about all this like praise?
I don't know, man.
But early on, the H3 podcast provided a space where some of the biggest internet personalities could come onto the show and tell
Wow,
their
was
story.
that podcast was fine. I remember watching that as like a teenager, and I didn't think anything was wrong. The way she edited it, though, it would make it seem like Markiplier and Ian were uncomfortable in that podcast, but they seemed fine.
For example, the content creator PewDiePie often makes gaming videos, but going on to the H3 podcast, he told a behind-the-scenes story of his life, the complexities of fame, interactions with other creators. This gave an inside look into what many people were becoming more curious of.
She is now explaining to us what a podcast is.
The behind-the-scenes of being...
Oh my god.
A YouTube personality.
Is there anything that other YouTubers do that annoy you?
I wish you asked me that first. I can think about it a little bit. What came to mind right ahead was like the double-sided, two-facedness, I guess. A lot of people act one way online and then offline. They're the worst fucking person you've ever had to interact with. They're so bad that they don't realize they're bad, so you just kind of laugh at them while they're bad.
Ethan and Hila's existing fan base from H3H3 Productions gave them a launching pad for the
You think MTG is gearing for a presidential run? Maybe. Maybe. That could... I mean, I could see it, but I don't know if she'd have the support. Because of how she's turning kind of against... Maybe, though. Maybe.
this podcast. They were able to easily connect with other creators, have them as guests on their podcast, compared to a podcast that's just starting out, and were able to cross-pollinate audiences. By January of 2018, only a year later, the H3 podcast rivaled the H3H3 main channel, pulling in hundreds of thousands to millions of views per episode, which was unusual for podcasts at the time. That being said, many did complain about Ethan's job as a host, even back then, early on. People thought
Oh my god, look at this fucking complaint. It's like you guys would complain, or you wouldn't. But I'm just giving an example. It's like if you guys would to be complaining about like that I don't have a webcam. Like, okay, yeah, I'm just starting out, dude. He was just starting out in a podcasting world. Of course he's gonna be a little rusty. Of course it's gonna be a little shoestring. This is like the biggest non-complaint I've ever seen in my life. Oh, he didn't interview them well. Like, okay.
that he wouldn't often ask the hard questions of the guests on the show, or would often interrupt.
It's like, no. Oh my god. But which was so funny, but I don't think I would remember.
Oh my god, the Bill Burr episode. Holy shit, she is really going deep in there.
Because you know what I hated about the guy? Watching him out with a bagel.
And I feel like I can visualize it
and he
too.
wanted butter on him. An airport.
Yeah, usually on YouTube I have no problem watching myself back, but on the podcast it's like, oh my god, my Tourette's is like so obvious. And you know, when you're sitting with somebody and you end up talking over them, in your mind it feels like a conversation, but in the VOD, you're just like, you fucking idiot, just shut up.
The H3 podcast channel has since launched.
Yeah, he explained why. He explained why he had that issue. Wow. He was being vulnerable and showing that sometimes his mental problems do affect his daily life. And because of that, he gets to be... You still haven't seen the first Bill Burr episode? It's bad, but it's not like... You could just tell Ethan was very starstruck, you know? I don't need a webcam. I can make a ping tuber. Yeah, I'll be working on that this weekend. Doing what you did with your icon. I'll be doing that this weekend with my little eye guy.
Launched several spin-off shows, most notably After Dark, H3 TV, and Off the Rails. It seems like the H3 podcast started as a fun and casual show, but over time, along with the success of the show, Ethan began to view himself as a serious podcaster. He essentially ripped himself away from his roots, and more, the clients began diving into serious endeavors, bigger and bigger investments that were reliant on an audience who loved and adored them. But they had millions of fans who loved and supported them. That would never go away, right? In 2017, Hila was inspired to start a clothing company. Hila went to art school. She liked fashion and design, but she felt like there was a lack of colorful clothing on the market, especially for adults. She compared in an interview this
Blinking to talk instead of lips. Oh yeah, I like that. That's a good idea.
Lack of colorful clothing to the colorful clothing out there for children. So she said, I just decided to try and go for it. I just designed one capsule and thought whatever happens, happens. This decision to start a clothing line coincided with the adpocalypse in 2017. Many creators saw significant drops in ad revenue. Hila said, over the course of 2 weeks when the adpocalypse happened, the revenue went down 80%, which was just insane. And it kind of shook us because all of a sudden you realize you're totally at the hands of this company and you don't know what could happen at any moment. Hila decided to call the brand Teddy Fresh because Ethan and Hila loved the name Theodore or Teddy. Theodore happens to be
Oh my god, a criticism she draws. Oh my god, I forgot. Oh god, guys, she gets really dumb. She gets really dumb. I forgot about this. Okay, I'll let it
be the name of their first son. Teddy is the nickname they have for each other. Following the launch of Teddy Fresh's first collection in October of 2017, the brand almost immediately saw massive success. Much of its apparel would sell out shortly after dropping, and the line reflects Hila's own personal style. While in the past I would certainly commend Hila for having a very creative style, often some of the
Yep. Here she goes. She accuses them of being pedos because they make colorful and cartoon, like they have cartoons on their shirts. Lady, wake the fuck up. It's not 1980 when only children wear that. You know, I have a fucking shirt that has cartoon characters on it. Does that mean I'm a pedo now?
The outfit ensembles that Hila chooses feels very childlike, with also Teddy Fresh having a little teddy bear as a logo. I don't know, maybe it's interesting.
Be hard to do as a ping tuber. We'll work out something. I'm sure.
Teddy
we'll
Fresh
find
having a little teddy bear as a logo. I don't know. Maybe it's interesting.
Dude, fuck you. That's defamation right there. To be like, well, I don't know. It's a teddy bear. That's usually associated with kids, but I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything, guys. That's defamation. Am I wrong on that? Like, I used to like their style, but then Hassan and Ethan split. Oh, yeah. I mean, I like their style. Oh, are you talking about her? Well, yeah, obviously she's like one of the #1 people. Look at her fucking background. Acting like she doesn't participate in this look either. Excuse me? Oh, ma'am, why do you have BMO? BMO is a kid's, why is BMO there? BMO is part of a kid's show? It's kind of interesting. That's all I'm gonna say. It's just kind of interesting that you have BMO there. It's really interesting.
As a strong voice on YouTube, Ethan gained a lot of success on the YouTube platform when he began advocating for other creator rights at an early stage when being a content creator was a new career for many, so it was ripe for grifters and people who took advantage of the unknown laws. Ethan called out CSGO on a video uploaded on July 4th, 2016, titled Deception, Lies, and CSGO.
What was wrong with this video? It was pretty accurate.
Those of you out there who know us best know that we here at H3H3 Productions are all about blasting out. Today we're talking about CSGO gambling, which is really something that's taken the internet by storm these past couple of years.
In the video,
as a matter of fact, I remember Ethan being one of the people to call this out. Am I wrong in thinking Ethan was one of the people to originally call him out?
Ethan spoke about how 2 popular gaming YouTubers were operating an illegal gambling operation through the game Counter-Strike Global Offensive.
When you compare opening a crate in CSGO, it looks almost identical to an online slot machine. Tons of CSGO gambling sites have.
And she has bisexual lighting. Exactly, dude. Like she's literally primed for Ethan's and Ela's entire look. Like, what is she talking about?
I'm going to be focusing on 2 extremely popular YouTubers by the name of Pro Syndicate and T Martin. They have videos titled such as How to Win $13,000.
Yeah, I actually remember like being shocked about this when it came out, and I think it was Ethan who broke it to me, because I had remembered seeing like scummy practices and stuff, but I didn't realize it was like this widespread until Ethan had made that video.
Minutes with CSGO betting. Now, if that title doesn't sound just like a get-rich-quick scheme, then I'm the Pope. Like, are you creating entertainment, or are you trying to get kids to gamble?
Ethan exposed to light how, in reality, while the 2 YouTubers were creating content about playing the game and virtually gambling on the site, the entire—
Whatever happened to these 2? Month before it blew up, but it didn't go anywhere. Yeah, that's interesting, because I remember hearing, yeah, this was a huge scandal. If you guys don't remember, and I'm sure she'll go over it, but she's dumb, so let me tell you. So Pro Syndicate and T Martin were both live streamers, heavy in the COD world, and so they made this transition into CSGO, and everybody was kind of wondering why. Well, as it turns out, they were running a huge like scheme where they could scam their children. They'd not scam, but you could essentially bet as a child. With CSGO skins being the currency. And so they were running this, and it was them running it, but they didn't tell anybody it was them running it. They were pretending it was somebody else, some anonymous third party, when it actually turned out to be them running the scam web, or not the scam, but the lotto website that they were all participating in. They were both doing fine, honestly, nothing happened, yeah. Which is odd because they are, as we say, shitters, subpar FPS skills. Yeah. Well, the
2 YouTubers were—
it's just before then. Yeah, I found this really cool website, guys. In the before times, it wasn't about how good you were. It was just kind of about your personality, I feel.
Founders of the essentially gambling site CSGO Lotto, which allows players to gamble using in-game items.
They own this site. Now, why is this shady? Because if they own the site, they have access to the back end of the website. They can control the outcome of every bet. They can fake the results to make promoting videos.
Following the release of Ethan Klein's video, which was in collaboration with the YouTuber Honor the Call, Polygon reported that a lawsuit was filed against Valve, one of the creators of CSGO. This lawsuit was filed by a player. This player accused the developers of allowing an online gambling market to develop within the game.
Now, this is when it gets really interesting. People have created a class action lawsuit against Valve, suing them for helping these gambling sites. So what this lawsuit alleges is that Valve knowingly allowed, supported, and or sponsored illegal gambling by allowing millions of Americans to link their individual Steam accounts to third-party websites. And they had this premonition like, this is an unregulated gambling
Yeah,
market.
I know. What is this, Bill? Like, what is this? Why is she pointing this out? I think it is, like, supposed to be a documentary style of Ethan's life, which is very, very, like, weird. I don't know. 300th in the world at MW2, by the way. Humble brag. Oh, shit. It's bots. We've got a fucking gamer.
Down soon after. A year later, Polygon reported that the Federal Trade Commission, as part of the settlement, demanded that the two be more transparent about their business ties moving forward.
By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content and you're liking the stream, please consider subscribing and giving a like. I know it's you know, I gotta play the game, so I really do enjoy all of it, though, guys. The support I've been getting recently is huge. It means, like, just so much to me. We've been growing really quick, actually, and I'm really impressed with all you guys. So keep at it, keep the great work. We'll have a community day, probably next month. So just to say, because a lot of people weren't there for the last one, so yeah.
That Ethan was involved in calling out creators.
Yeah, we got an active chat
conducting
today.
A shady online scheme that ended up in the FTC getting involved is pretty big news and pretty monumental when it comes to influencers and their online businesses. And from there, not only did it seem like Ethan continued advocating for online content creation, but for the right of audiences, the well-being of online content creation without bad actors' involvement. In 2016, H3H3 posted a reaction video reacting to a guy named Matt Haas.
Oh, we're going over the Matt Haas
comedic
now.
skits on his channel Matt Haas Zone, often containing his bold guy persona. The reaction video posted to the
Nothing
H3H3
better than chatting while at work, amen.
Productions channel was titled The Big, the Bold, the Beautiful.
You have excellent.
Oh my God, what are you, some sort of creep?
I don't know, lady, you're just spreading open your asshole on a sidewalk. I'm not sure you're in a position to be calling people creeps.
What I love about his videos is that he set up that situation.
Yeah, the blame really is on Matt.
This is his script.
The H3H3 video received millions of views. It's safe to say Matt Haas did not like that. Matt tried claiming that the reaction video was a re-upload of his content and that he was entitled to the legal earnings from the video.
What happens when he catches her? Does he have to, like, tackle her?
He does whatever he wants.
Like,
On May 25th of 2016, the couple uploaded a video addressing the lawsuit that Matt levied against them.
Yes, we are being sued for copyright infringement. It's been hanging over our lives like a cloud these past months.
Yeah.
We are being sued by Bold Guy, aka Matt Haas Zone. He doesn't like that we made fun of him, and so he's suing us. You know, you don't know what the jury's gonna say.
By the way, I just want to point out, did Little House of Monsters allow for that content to be on there, man? This is me, some guy that looks exactly like me playing the video. That's all I'm saying. And guys, don't bring up the Subway Surfers, okay? Don't, or Crash Bandicoot. Just don't bring it up.
Saying, if they rule against us, we stand not only to lose a ton of money, but literally everything we built our whole career.
Due to this early instant, Ethan and Hila appeared to be champions of fair use and reaction style content. An entire community came together to support them in their cause.
And they still are. They still are. Like, I think they won the lawsuit and re-uploaded it, but the original is still down. Well, I think they might. I mean, yeah, I can't really comment on that, but hold on, there was something I was about to say.
Hila appeared to be champions of fair use and reaction style.
And they still are. I actually do think that there needs to be a new legal standing for what isn't fair use. Because the way that, oh yeah, she goes into the FUPA fund, don't worry. She goes into the FUPA fund. And that's going to be fun to get into. But, so, I think the legal precedent that he set is actually it's too expansive. To the point where you can have people, like, just playing another person's video without even saying anything. Like, I'm very cognizant, and I try to add to the video wherever I can. I'm very cognizant of that, and in my opinion, I try to deconstruct, and I try to pause videos that's like and explain stuff. So I'm kind of glad that he's suing these people because I think he's got a good case, and I don't care if he has history with them. That's, you know, entirely them, their fault.
content. An entire community came together to support them in their—
Oh, hold on. I forgot. I need to announce that I'm streaming in a couple other channels, actually. I need to announce in the self promo of what's it called? All right. Do I at everyone? No, I don't think I at everyone. Defending. All right, yeah, that should be good. That'll be okay. That'll be okay. Hold on, I gotta respond to. Do I have work today? All right, let me get back to it now. Let's go.
Cause for fair use in its early days and interpretations, which influenced how audiences and creators interpret fair use and reaction style content to this day. Ethan and Ela even got assistance from other creators, like—
If she defends the Hassan verse siphoning views away from Ethan's content, Nick, I will lose it. The link in the description is invalid again, by the way. Are you talking about my Discord? If you're talking about the Discord, should just go to Kalinda's right now. I still am working on my personal one just because I want it to be of the utmost quality for you guys.
Like Ryan Morrison, the video game attorney, and Michael Lee, 2 lawyers turned content creators.
And he says, remove it, never talk about me again or this situation, and pay me $4,000. We could pay you $4,000, but like, what's the precedent that like anytime we make fun of someone, they could just write us a note from a lawyer? And
oh, the Kalinda link is dead? Okay, I'll put a new link in the description for you guys real quick. Again, guys, I am live Monday through Friday. I can't exactly give you the time, but I will be live every day, Monday through Friday, bringing you guys the best content that I can because I really appreciate you guys. And it means the world to me. Let me invite people. I'm just getting the invite link for the description of the video so you guys can join Kalinda's Discord, and at some point soon I will have my own, so post it. I think the link changed is the unfortunate issue. By the way, guys, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps out the channel, gets me out there in the algorithm, and gets all the good people looking at my stream. We all love that. Anyways, let's continue.
Demand $4,000. It's like
I did post a new link, by the way.
Midway through the negotiations, Matt had the big, the bold, the beautiful video copyright strike, even though H3H3.
And here's a link in the chat in case anybody needs it. Ethan said this lawyer was ruining the case because they were arguing that he didn't have copyright, not that that it was fair use, and they nearly lost the case. Yeah. The original lawyer that they hired was not very good. Now, the new one that they got is actually very good. I've read some of his filings. He seems like a pretty competent dude.
Already made the video private.
While we were in negotiations for everything, on our private video that was already removed, I guess he still had the URL, and he did a strike, he did a takedown on our video when we were in good faith negotiations just because he wanted to.
Copyright strikes are very bad for creators and come with immediate penalties and long-term risks, but Matt didn't stop there.
Oh my god, we gotta explain what a copyright strike is? Are we talking to babies? Are we talking to thumb-sucking idiots right now? Who doesn't know what a copyright? You're on YouTube.
In 2016, Matt Haas filed a first amended complaint and jury demand to the U.S. District Court in the Southern District of New York, where the Kleins lived at the time.
Most of what you've read and heard about the lawsuit has been full of lies and misinformation. And the reason I've been silent until now is because I don't want to compromise my case.
The filing claimed that the original work, Matt's video, comprised the majority of the infringing work, the H3H3 video. In reality, Ethan and Ela Klein appeared in 80% of their video.
The infringing video features the defendants purporting to discuss the work in what they believe to be a humorous manner, but in fact reproduces virtually all of the work as nothing more than a prop in the defendant's comedy routine. The video was 14 minutes. We counted it, and the parts that we used...
I would stream again at this time if I was you. The most people you have, the more you spread. Consistency is key at the start. Also, get on Twitch and Kick to spread further faster. I'm okay with going on Twitch and Kick for right now, just because I don't really agree with a lot of the stuff that they do. I'm actually doing a pretty good job of networking and getting into other communities. But if Twitch, like, if their CEO steps down, and same for Kick, because the issue I have with Kick is that somebody got murdered on there. You know, sometimes I know that, like, I can be very bullheaded when it comes to this type of stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, I just don't really support. But with that being said, this probably will be the normal streaming time from now, just because I have my work is going to be at 3 usually, so I kind of like this area to stream. And I'm not nearly I thought I was going to be a blabbering mess, so I'm much more articulate than I thought I would be. So, but that's a good point. It's bots. I know I need to. A lot of people have been telling me to get on Twitch and Kick, and that it would really help with discoverability, and I want to. It's just I don't know. I don't know. Wow, blimey of you. You don't know. There is no ethical consumption under capitalism, so you shouldn't have morals at all. YouTube is the only decent one right now. Kick is rogue, and Twitch policies just filled with Hassan orbiters. Sticking to YouTube is the best. Yeah, I agree. I think that YouTube has always been my home, ever since I was a child. You know what I mean? How Libby of you. The algo doesn't care about any of that. I agree with you. With your steadfastness and morals, but yeah, you have to play the game. I know. I'm thinking about it, and I probably will, but I just, morning streams, exactly. I actually kind of like these.
Max was approximately 3 minutes.
The filing demanded earnings from the H3H3 Patreon and threatened to sue YouTube if they removed the copyright strike. On May 25th, YouTuber Philip DeFranco created a GoFundMe page titled Help for H3H3. This GoFundMe page raised over $170,000 to help the Kleins with their legal fees. On May 26, 2026, H3H3 posted a video.
I kind of agree with Lily too. I just kind of want to focus, on one platform for right now. But I am going on TikTok here soon, for debates and such. So that should be interesting at the very least. I'm not going to focus on it as a platform, but, might be a good way to get my message out there.
Titled A New Chapter for Fair Use on YouTube. The Kleins announced the Fair Use Protection account, or the FUPA account. They claimed that this account...
But again, I do want to just thank you guys so much for being here, and, it means the world to me. I say that a lot, but it does. I never thought I'd even have like 5 people watching me, so it means so much.
Will be used only for the purpose of protecting fair use. The Kleins vowed to join the fight against fair use protection on YouTube. They donated $5,000 of their own money.
We will be its first client, and that's why we decided to donate $5,000 of our own money. So we will be the first client of this account that will be known as the Fair Use Protection account, also known as FUPA. The FUPA shall protect all of us. Thank you guys for helping augment the FUPA and making it voluptuous and big and powerful, like we always knew that it was. If anyone out there thinks that they have a legitimate fair use claim,
yep, it's the FUPA fund. It's the FUPA fund, ladies and gentlemen.
FUPA@morrisonlee.com. We've got a lawyer, a community that's there to stand up and help protect fair use. Thanks to your guys' contributions.
I was thinking when initially hearing about the FUPA account that so many creators, especially small creators, would greatly benefit from a fund like that, especially
from $160,000. That's a lot of money, but in a lawsuit, that can be up very quickly. The FUPA shall protect us all. Oh, we got all the Clippies in chat right now. What's up, Clippy Army?
Having legal assistance in complicated matters like copyright strikes and navigating these complicated issues. When I first started out, I got a random cease and desist in the mail from Russell Hartley that I had no idea what to do with. I've gotten copyright claims, like 13 on my Tana Mojo video, that were extremely complicated to remove, and have had very helpful friends that have given me advice. But to have something like the FUPA fund where you could...
Yeah, I know. So what this essentially is their lawyer gave them this essentially idea that they would start a fund, and they would create a tax exempt like charity essentially that would help with these creators that get sued. Great idea, right? Well, unfortunately, they still had a fucking lawsuit that money was raised for. That money wasn't raised for that. It was raised for Ethan and Hila to fight their lawsuit. And they ended up using that money on the lawsuit. So, what did they do wrong here?
could go to, and have assistance if you're a small creator, scared and have no idea what to do, would be extremely helpful. So I was looking into whether the FUPA fund was still in existence, but the FUPA fund dissolved and is no longer in use. A big reason for the FUPA fund's dissolution is that the Kleins use the FUPA fund for their own legal fees, as well as several thousand dollars.
What the money, a big reason for the dissolution was, well, they used the money for what it was for. Like, do you realize the legal trouble they could get in if they didn't use that money for what it was for? Do you understand what could happen? I don't think she does.
Out of pocket to fight.
But there's a reason people say that the IRA doesn't fuck around, you know?
The legal battle against Matt Haas. While it is often the case that legal fees can add up and become more than you'd ever initially expect.
Yeah, it ran out too.
Well, the fact that the Kleins closed the FUPA fund after spending the money on their own legal fees, instead of keeping it open, maybe replenishing the fund once they're able to, so that other creators could have used.
Dude, we have been through it. What is another what in lawyer fees is like, okay, so if it's 160, let's just use it at that. They can help 16 people. They can help 16 people with a $10,000 IRS, not IRA. Oopsie. Hey, I told you it's the morning, folks. I told you it's the morning. So, hey, I've been getting a lot of, I was thinking Internal Revenue Agency. Oh, well.
Well, that's a little disappointing. This move
I got close. IRS,
received
IRA.
criticism from many, like Keemstar, who suggested that the Kleins scammed their audience. This, in turn...
Right, and they're using Keemstar as their fucking, her key witness, her star witness, Keemstar. Like, no offense to Keemstar, I think he's actually kind of grown up as a person too. If you guys go watch how he used to act and how he acts now, he's actually grown up a lot. It's very impressive, in my opinion. But let's not beat around the bush here. Keemstar was not a reliable source for a very long time. I'm fast as fuck, boy! Like...
made Keemstar into an enemy of Ethan Klein. In the end, Ethan and Ela Klein won their lawsuit, with U.S. District Judge Catherine B. Forrest ruling that their commentary video constituted fair use as a matter of law, and describing it as quintessential comment and criticism.
I swear to God, it felt like this would never happen. Man, now I'm so happy we did it. Because this is a landmark case. Not just for us. But seriously, the wording that the judge put into the opinion is going to strengthen fair use across YouTube.
This wasn't just a landmark case for YouTube. This was a landmark case for Ethan and Ela Klein's career, for their brand. So many creators came together to support.
Oh, wow. Look at them so fucking... She's so cynical. Oh, this lawsuit was great for their brand. It was great. They got to look like heroes. I wish I could look like... I mean... I have a point, and we'll probably not get to it. Because I usually only do 3-hour streams, but we're going to be picking this up. Don't worry. This is a war, folks. This isn't... This, you know how I usually, how I have slop content related to Nick? Well, now, the shrimp content will be replaced with slop content.
Ethan and Ela, when everything was almost taken from them. Yet a pattern was beginning to emerge when it came to Ethan Klein. He always expected others to be there for him at his lowest moments. He always had enemies that he believed were working against him. But when his friends were at their lowest moments, well, they were content. Over time, since reaction style...
Bro, what the fuck is this? Who is she talking about? I really do want to know. Who is she talking about? Who did Ethan use as a punching bag? Like, that's insane to say. Oh yeah, 13 viewers. Thank you guys so much for the support. I really appreciate it. Remember to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel, gets my voice out there, gets me to the people.
Content became overdone, and Ethan became branded as a pioneer on YouTube who safeguarded other content creators. He turned his brand towards...
Right, Toby, it's like AI made this fucking video. It's insane.
Critiquing other content
Good
creators.
to see you, by the way, Toby.
Too far. The only thing is, these content creators claimed that behind the scenes, Ethan acted as their friends. Essentially, publicly, Ethan was acting like a hypocrite. For example, Ethan uploaded a video titled The Leafy Rant. He accused content creator at the time, Leafy...
Oh my god. She's digging deep. She is going into the dark recesses of the closet and pulling everything she can out. The Leafy... So Leafy is, for one, a piece of shit. Okay, I'm just gonna say that. Leafy is a piece of shit. He got famous for making fun of children. Okay? Let's not pretend like this isn't something it's not. The anti-Ethan guy used to bring up control, but he was right to ask him about that because that guy turned out to be an actual racist.
Of being a bully and picking on people who weren't able to defend themselves. Most of Ethan's takes, I would say, I would agree with personally.
Most of you guys probably know Leafy is here. A whole genre of YouTubers of these kind of commentary channels where they show video game footage and then
the anti-Ethan guy to bring up about JonTron. Yeah, Gokanaru. Gokes. Old Goki. Yeah, old Gokes. Love Goki.
talk about some kind of video and react to a video. I've been putting off talking about this because it's just, I'm actually friends with these guys. We as a community have been giving these guys a pass. Leafy made a video about a guy like he usually does, calling him a f***ing asshole, cringy, weirdo, you know, whatever. Turns out that this guy is actually autistic, and they made a video of themselves crying, saying they're getting death threats, and he's really upset. And I mean, if you look at Leafy's channel, all he does is make fun of kids and like vulnerable people. They don't need to be made fun of. And now that Leafy's channel has blown up, he's sending like
I randomly was suggested his stream reacting to the Ethan Hassan debate. Oh, a Leafy stream? No, Gokanaru. Either one. Yeah, they don't. I haven't kept up with Gokes. I know that Leafy posted like a weird video of him slapping a girl's like ass in a hotel. And it made me very uncomfortable. But besides that,
millions of like kids to just harass these people.
The problem is many people felt that Ethan was a pioneer of this sort of content style, and so he was a hypocrite. Like when Ethan criticized Leafy for making content critiquing children, when he himself had done the same thing before. Both, of course, very wrong.
When he missed his 5th period geometry test to hit the studio to record this sick track, Timmy knows what risk-taking is. Timmy rolls with his mom everywhere. He brings fire tracks, and his mom's his biggest fan. As a young white rapper who's new to the game.
Yeah, but this one was different. This was different. This is a different thing than what, hold on. Than what Leafy was doing. Ethan was not full on calling the, like you should hear, he wasn't making fun of the physical appearance.
Risk-taking is. Timmy rolls with his mom everywhere. He brings fire tracks, and his mom's his biggest fan. As a young white rapper who's new to the game. Why did they
like
feel the need to say that he's white?
In September of 2017, PewDiePie had made headlines for using the N-word.
What a f***er. What the fuck?
This instant came
Damn, she left the ear in there. She left the ear. She let the ear stay on that one.
Just months after PewDiePie made headlines for videos containing anti-Semitic and Nazi imagery.
You probably won't believe me when I say this, but whenever I go online and I hear other players use the same kind of language that I did, I always find it extremely immature, and I hate how I now personally fed into that part of gaming. I said the worst word I could possibly think of, and it just
gamer word. That's the moment. Every gamer knows that moment. Hold on, I gotta get some coffee. Every gamer knows that bridge well.
About the incident on the H3 podcast.
What you get is, I mean, refreshing in that it's pretty sincere.
Yeah.
Pretty owning up to what he did. But I don't know, when I first saw that, I was pretty shocked. I'm like, dude, come on, man. And it wasn't that long ago that all of us came out and rallied against him, you know?
Against him?
I mean, in support of him.
Ethan had befriended the YouTuber iDubbbz, who at the time, due to his pretty toxic content, developed a relatively toxic fan base who had admired his
Oh my god! But don't you guys hail iDubbbz as the #1 now? Don't you hail him as a reformed individual? Unfortunately, Toby, when I was a young kid, that was unfortunately part of my lexicon. And I admit to it. I'm not a giant baby, and I'm not like, oh, I never... You know what? Yeah, I was an edgy teen in MW2 lobbies. I was just trying to trigger people. I was a piece of shit. All kids are pieces of shit. They grow up to be good, but when they start out, they're just not quite well adjusted. So I was a shitty kid. I'll admit that.
Content. His comedy would.
But much like Ethan, I can own up and say that I was wrong in that, and that I won't do it again. Gay or F-slur, maybe. When I was a young boy, I was on my MW2s, and I was using the gamer words. Well, that's good, Toby. I mean, I'm glad that it's now like very socially. If you ever say that, it's like you're instantly socially isolated and shit. Well, it's making a comeback in the Young Republican group chat.
It often include the use of racist and homophobic slurs.
We are very fucking stupid to hold the word nigger at this colossally high standard.
During an H3 podcast featuring iDubbbz, Ethan recited the same racist and homophobic slurs. At some point, even Ian, aka iDubbbz, looked uncomfortable, questioning whether Ethan...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, Ethan's such a bad guy. He was making the N-word, F-word guy uncomfortable. Well, as it turns out, that guy turned out to be a huge asshole, so it's a good thing. The internet was so much purer from 1995 to 2005. Most people will never experience the innocence of early internet as some of us older people. Well, I'm glad you guys got that. I really am. Yeah, I'm very guilty of using gay as an insult a lot. That's okay. I mean, it's not okay. I don't think you should. I don't think it's like not. I don't think it's an insult necessarily. Like, you know what I mean? But it's not nearly as egregious, in my opinion, as the N-word, you know. But he apologized. Ethan apologized, and he hasn't said it since, and has actively went against racist narratives. So, you know, wag your finger all you fucking want, but at the end of the day, he's fighting a better fight against, like, homophobia and racism than you ever will, loser.
Was taking a little bit too far.
Yeah, I've already said the N-word. You can't take me down. Someone makes a compilation like, here's Ethan.
And I'll be honest, as a bisexual individual, H3 feels like one of the very few places that I can openly say that. I'll be honest. It does, like, their community is a lot more accepting towards my type than a lot of communities that even say they are. So, I mean, Elder Millennial, he was raised calling people gay. Yeah, and that's not. Yeah, don't worry about that. That's not neither. I mean, I'm here saying I used to say the N-word as a kid, so I don't think you can beat that. Or maybe you can, I don't know. I grew up with the internet as a Gen Z, lol. I used to love mini clip games. Fucking love them, dude. Oh my god, I miss them.
It's just been around the block. Yeah, I love that. I can just say yeah,
I feel like you're using it a little liberally.
I love saying it's so wonderful. Yeah.
So now you're gonna get shit for it.
It's just a wonderful string of words that. And his whole thing is that
being silly, dude. Calm down.
Because he said before. Well, Ethan said before, and someone makes a compilation like, here's Ethan saying, referring to the word and saying in a reference. H3's a hypocrite because he said on his podcast. It's like, dude, I think there's a clear difference between saying and referencing it. I said he said when I'm saying.
Come on, Ethan. Yeah, he apologized for this. It was bad, but he apologized, and I know I shouldn't be laughing, dude, but he's obviously doing a bit here, right? Like, okay, I don't think these people understand what a fucking bit is. I genuinely think when they see people acting like this, they think it's genuinely like them and not a bit. Like, I think from now on, I'm gonna have to announce when I'm doing a joke. Yeah, they have no fucking sense of humor, dude. Like, it's obviously crude, but, you know, I get what he's going for here. He's trying to make it seem like it's so fucking, like he's just the worst person in the world. Like, do you think the girl knows how to make a joke? She is boring as hell. Well, yeah, I've laughed more at the clips she's shown than her video. And I know she's not trying to be like the funny person, but I don't know. Milk toast. Exactly. Ethan is probably pulling out the perfect hair if he watched this. Yes, he is. He probably he talks about how he hates talking like this. But that requires nuance, which is something these people do not have.
Well, Ethan said,
You said it. Just
I have nothing to apologize for.
Present day, Ian or iDubbbz would post a video.
Hey. He said the N-word so many times, they're legally allowed to buy cigarettes in the 90s.
Apologizing for his past content. He admitted that he cultivated an audience who believed that this type of dialogue was acceptable.
I was saying slurs and I was trying to justify it all. A very big thing that has sort of altered my view on all of this is just the amount of hate and harassment my wife Anissa has received over the years. I have done a horrible job at acknowledging her and her feelings for it. That's the culture that I cultivated, and I, didn't do anything to change that.
His behavior also attracted racist people who could use that.
Okay, this is a man that was on the internet for how long, and he's just not, like, crying about this shit?
That dialogue and pass it off as just edgy humor. Yet Ethan, on the other hand, largely ignores this part of his past, even his possible blackface. His viewers even enable this behavior, claim those images are taken out of context.
That's interesting. His possible. So not even she is confident about the fact that he did blackface, and he didn't do blackface. You know what he was doing? He was doing an all, like, I remember that video very specifically. He was trying these charcoal beauty products because charcoal was the big thing. Ethan went back on his language before iDubbbz, by the way. Oh yeah. Ethan has been responsible so far in the video. Like, we've been able to pretty much disprove most of what she's been saying. Just based on, like, common knowledge even, which is embarrassing.
Doing spray
I thought I would have... I was way more prepared than I actually needed to be. That's funny.
And charcoal face masks, even though the title of their YouTube video is called The Black Challenge. Subreddits, on the other hand, won't let Ethan
Yeah,
forget
he's
this
being edgy. That was a big thing back in the day. It was edgy content. I didn't see so much, issue with it personally.
history. Compilations exist online of Ethan saying the N-word.
How many I got to suck? Nick can't love the suck. Yo.
Oh my god, you know, that's horrible. I bet if we fucking drummed up everything you've ever said in your past, it would be, pretty bad too.
The whole crowd gathered around one nigga. They talking about how one nigga figure how we can suck the whole fire piece. We just need to feel and taste like a nigga. So how many niggas I got to suck? Nigga, AIDS, nigga spreading AIDS. He said, nah, nigga, I can't take that shit. Nigga, you too ugly, and all y'all niggas at home because y'all can do anything. Yeah, I'm number zero, nigga, and y'all
Bro,
niggas got
what the fuck? I haven't seen this video. It still doesn't, me not seeing this doesn't change my mind at all, because he's apologized for it. I think Ethan actually cares and wants to adapt and will push back if he doesn't agree. Ian is reacting purely from fear. I agree with that. I think Ethan really did feel bad for all of that, and he made an apology, and he apologized for it, to where Ian, like you said, was just out of fear because he saw that the internet culture was changing to a much more accepting atmosphere, a much less hostile atmosphere, and he didn't want to lose out on that. And that makes sense, but, you gotta know when to hold them. Know when to fold them.
My most recent video is making fun of a black person.
But here's where things get very dark. The strange videos that Ethan and Hila have taken part in aren't only offensive, they're extremely disturbing. And I would say, personally...
Oh, dang. Guys, buckle up. Please, put on your content glasses if you have them. This is extremely disturbing content. You are going to be disturbed. I gotta switch out my headphones real quick. If I can find them. Where did I even put... I'll let it play.
They go far beyond what even Leafy and PewDiePie have posted. The very people Ethan has called out for being wrong in videos they've posted. I think his content has gone far beyond that. You've been warned for the content that I'm about to show you, and how it completely shatters the image that Ethan and Hila have spent crafting online.
Fuck.
The image of being advocates on the side of creators, of people.
This one video, it's like a porn trick. This one video completely gets rid of Ethan and Hila's entire argument. Sorry, I'm a little away from the mic. Are you guys getting that too? It's like a porn advertisement. This one trick completely destroys Ethan and Hila's entire perspective. You can tell she got the N-word compilation from Snark because they do the face warp. Yep. H3 hates this. Watch, it's gonna be some milquetoast fucking non-offensive. Like, it's gonna be offensive, but it's just gonna be like something someone would have said. Let's just see what it is.
Marathon bombing survivor in a deleted video.
Oh my god, dude. It's this one? It's the pedo troll? Oh my god. This is the killing blow? The right hook from left center field.
Then fantasizes about orally R-wording her. Ethan Klein.
So this makes it sound 1,000 times worse than it actually is. It makes it sound like he's like fantasizing about it. No, he was posting to a Reddit that was essentially do the most fucked up thing you can think of. That's what it was. And so he did that, which I agree, it's fucked up. But that was the point of the Reddit, was to be as fucked up as possible.
Was 28 years old when they filmed this video. It was recorded by Ethan Klein, the owner of Teddy Fresh. Keep that in mind. Ethan and Hila were married, and Hila was filming this video that you're about to watch.
Yep, keep that in mind. Don't forget about the evil Jewish woman, folks. Don't forget about that. What does this have to do with creators? No idea. This is a snark video now. This is a snark video. This is just a snark video now. Yeah, like this is, I hate I hate that she's bringing this up.
Comments on this Boston Marathon bombing survivor. The purpose of that video was for Ethan Klein to mock the girl for making a political statement by doing a photo shoot with "You can scar me, but you can't stop me" written on her stomach and showing her scars. Why? Ethan suggests this is
Well, he actually explains it. Oh, this is his video?
inconsiderate because others actually died from the bombs. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. The girl's name is Sydney Corcoran. Her mother lost both her legs. She was 17 years old at the time of the bombing and 18 years old in the photo.
Oh, and now she gets to do this faux outrage. Oh, I'm so shocked that Ethan did this. You know, if she did even an ounce of fucking research rather than just scrolling on Snark, she would have seen the video where Ethan explains this, where he is deeply apologetic about it, and where he fucking is really disgusted by these actions. He's making fun of people listening after Boston Bomb and Victims Brace post. She basically just summarized a bunch of Snark posts and acts like she wrote a research paper. That is very true, Toby. Like, this is slop. And she's acting
that
like
photo
it's...
was part of...
Dude, all I'm saying, if you guys like videos like this, but, you know, this woman is just too dumb for you, Wavy Websurf, who she stole her entire gimmick from, has amazing videos. Sold her... Like, these are way more interesting and far more relevant to you and probably more fun. Just gonna say it. Like, if this video is anything to go off of, Wavy Websurf has her done for. Shout out to this fucking Chad.
Of a photo shoot where survivors returned to Boston to symbolically finally cross the finish line 1 year after the bombings. This video, of course, will be heavily censored for the sake of the viewers, but also, most importantly, for the sake of the bombing victim.
Oh my god! For the sake of the this faux outrage. What, you think the fucking victim is gonna fucking stumble upon your shittily made Fall of H3? No. No, stop. Dude, this is some fucking performative outrage if I've ever seen it. It's just a copy of Turkey Tom, which is a copy of Wavy Websurf. Exactly, dude. Exactly. Well, she just directly stole from Wavy. If you look at her... Okay, look at this, right? Exactly the same. Almost exactly the same. She just stole her entire look and vibe from him. I mean, come on. You can be a little more creative. Hey, I got the MS Paint thing going for me. I got the, you know, we all have our certain things. Right? I knew I had seen this picture somewhere. I knew I had seen this. But it didn't occur to me that I was actually thinking of Wavy Websurf the whole time. It didn't occur to me that that was who I was thinking about, because I was like, damn, have I not seen videos like that this girl does? Yeah, it's like Miss Pac-Man. You know Snark reached out to the girl. Oh yeah, well actually, she gets hate for this video that she made. Which we won't cover today, but we'll cover it at another point. Yeah, she gets hate for this.
Edgy material warning number 3. You can scar me, but you can't stop me. Now that is interesting and very deep and poetic. But what's even more interesting is if we just go a couple pixels down. Boom. That's some good toe, girl. Yeah. Let me get down with that shit. I can smell it from here. Pretty brutal little scars. Nothing that a heavy night won't incur, you know what I mean? Yeah. Anyway, ignoring the camel, that fat, juicy, juvenile.
Dude, he's even talking like your typical troll would. Like, this isn't how Ethan usually talks.
I want stuff. Fuck that shit, boy. Yeah. Ignoring that. By the way, I don't know if you guys saw, but you can see her, and this makes it a much more powerful image. She's got a nice smug face. Good to I would ram my... I hope she can keep that smug smile for me that whole time, you know what I mean? Big up.
Imagine getting one of those insane emails from BE and then apologizing publicly to him, right? Oh, Snark reached out to the bombing victim? Maybe. Maybe.
Up to her for being brave, getting out here and making this very powerful political statement about her proximity to the bomb.
Yeah, I'm sure they would do that just to... They would re-victimize her, as in, like, bringing up all this horrible shit. She probably just wants to forget about it, but I don't put that past them at all. They would totally do that.
Less close than all the other ones who died. You can scar her, but you
Dude,
can't
they're
stop
probably gonna fucking find me. They're gonna find the 12 viewer Andy and they're gonna nuke him.
Guys, and never forget. Boston bombing, 2013, guys. Never forget.
For Ela to be someone who is in the IDF, to have claimed that she experienced various hardships growing up
Hey,
in
what's
Israel.
up, Kosser? Good to see you. First time in the chat, I think. So welcome aboard. Welcome aboard. We appreciate you here.
Fear of bombings from Muslim countries, and then take part in mocking.
Box used to get those emails regularly and are exactly what a mentally ill stalker would write. Yeah, I know. That shit is insane, dude.
A bombing victim. That personally causes me to lose all sympathy for the two of them whatsoever. Ethan has continually, over the years, said incredibly creepy things when it comes to women. Like when he said on the H3 podcast in front of Joji and Post Malone that,
Well, hey, it is good. I am glad to have you here, my good friend.
that women are meant to be conquered. Joji's reaction says it all.
Our Neanderthal cousins were like crazy. So there's definitely something like in us to like conquer men more like.
Right.
So it's, you know, women are in a nature setting like to be conquered.
Maybe we do.
Yeah, he said that once. He said that once, walked it back. I don't even think what he said in that is necessarily like horrible. Like, you know what I mean? It's wrong because there's lots of female animals that are actually the ones that dominate. So it's just wrong, but it's not exactly like the most evil fucking like thing to say in the world. You know what I mean? Like it's not a stupid perception of them.
Do have a problem with accountability culture, not in the ways in which we hold other people accountable, but in the ways that we're not able to hold ourselves accountable, hold a mirror up to ourselves, grow as individuals, understand where we went wrong, change.
And that's what's, this is so ironic because she's looking, that's a screen grab if I've ever seen it. Because it's so ironic because Ethan is probably like, out of all the YouTubers, he's probably, that I've watched, he's probably grown the most out of all the YouTubers I've watched. He went from, yeah, she looks terrified of something, which we're going to use that. But, he's went through like the most that I've seen. He went from this edgy dude online who used to make these like cringe videos about like random topics to now one of the most successful podcast owners. He owns a small, he's a small business owner in multiple regards. He's a father. And you can tell he loves his kids and puts them first always. Like, this guy's grown up fucking way more than any of these people online have. Yeah, he's 40 and he has children. He's obviously matured. But they just want to treat him like he's just that same dude. He's just pedo troll. Ladies and gentlemen, it's just pedo troll being pedo troll.
Move forward. Try to do better. When you point the finger, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you. Ethan's fans didn't seem to realize the extent of his past. At least many of them didn't.
Hold on. Did you guys hear that? This woman, if you have one finger pointing at you, it's 3 fingers back. Okay, mom. Okay, grandma. Can you make some more fucking relevant info? He's 45. Hey, that is a blatant lie, Bill. He is not 45. He's 30 or he's 40. That is a blatant lie.
Fingers pointing back at you. Ethan's fans didn't seem to realize.
That is one of the most cringe lines I've ever heard in my life. You have one finger you can't judge anybody. Guys, he's 39. We can't speculate about his age. It's not nice. He's 39.
The extent of his past. At least many of them didn't. And Ethan was making waves as a content creator who stood up either for or against other content creators. So to many, they trusted him, his opinions, the ways in which he condemned others.
I really can't believe she made that line. I gotta go back and re-listen to that. That's something you would hear. Dude, these are amazing screen grabs. Holy shit. I'm not gonna get that one now.
Ourselves accountable. Hold a mirror up to ourselves. Grow as individuals. Understand where we went wrong. Change. Move forward. Try to do better. When you point the finger, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you.
Oh my god! Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, head ass. Holy shit. Where'd you get that one? From the bargain bin of jokes? From the bargain bin of fucking your mother's advice? Oh my goodness.
Ethan's fans didn't seem to realize the extent of his past. At least many of them didn't. And Ethan was making waves as a content creator who stood up either for or against other content creators.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I know all about that about Ethan, and I am still a fan. I am still a fan. I must be insane. I must be mentally unwell. People make that assertion that all of them are just I'm rubber and you're glue.
So to many, they trusted him, his opinions, the ways in which he condemned others. Rules for thee, but not for me. While Ethan's fans
No, stop. No. Oh my God, I just didn't know she would embody the spirit of the cringiest mom in the world. Oh God. By the way, the little Shop of Horrors has stopped playing, so your audience isn't going to be nearly as engaged.
Trusted him, what they didn't know or realize was that to Ethan, they were becoming his armor, his army, a way to take down his enemies. Through the years, instead of lifting other creators up, like the initial promise he sold to the world, Ethan
Dude, just think how lazy she is. Like, all she had to do was just overlay this in OBS and then just think how lazy she is. I had to go in, play Fallout New Vegas. I had to play Fallout New Vegas. All for you. I do this all for you guys. And she just threw Little Shop of Horrors on.
Ethan's fans trusted him. What they didn't know or realize was that to Ethan, they were becoming his armor, his army, a way to take down his enemies. Through the years, instead of lifting other creators up, like the initial promise he sold to the world, Ethan tore others down to lift himself up. Ethan thrived off of having someone to hate. He always had many enemies online and few friends. Or when he had friends, they seemed to bond off of their mutual enemies. This is something he roped his audience into without even realizing it. For example, one of Ethan's biggest enemies throughout his career was fellow village troll Keemstar. Ethan's
Dude, she works so hard. Okay, so much on the background you can't imagine. Please give me money. Hey.
Audience seemed to be sort of.
No, I'm just gonna say it. Like, this is a basic background. You know, everybody's seen this background. This is every mid-20s woman's house right now, okay? You're not unique.
Parasocially involved in Ethan's disdain for Keemstar without maybe even realizing such, to the extent that when Hila announced her pregnancy online, many of the comments were as such. Keemstar hearing about Hila and
By the way, guys, please remember to like the video and subscribe. It lets me know you guys are enjoying it. Lets me know that I'm doing good work out here and I will continue to do good work. All of that. Every video on this channel is called The End of Blank. Oh yeah, I know. She thrives on people failing. That's a good point, Bill. Yeah, she thrives on people failing and she makes content out of it. So how is she just not being one finger pointing is three fingers pointing back. What's holier for thee is not holier than me. You know, like fucking sticks and stones.
Ethan being happy and pregnant. Me, if Keemstar bothers Hila,
what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander.
Pregnant. Back off, bitch. Well, it could just be a joke, a shared meme to viewers. They, without realizing it, were participating in a long-standing pattern that Ethan...
Yes, Flimaris. Shit posting in the chat does let me know you're enjoying. But that, I mean, you've been very supportive and I appreciate that. So you don't have to worry. I know you're a soldier deep in the trenches and no one has to type in chat or anything. I don't want to make them feel like that. But names will hurt me emotionally forever. Yeah, I know. Hate that it ends in ellipses.
Had of needing to have many enemies to tear down and go against and build a fan base that could help him in his crusade. While many of Ethan's audience saw Keemstar as an easy enemy to dislike, the tide started shifting when Ethan began demanding that they see likable people Ethan brought onto his show as his friends, as enemies that they now turn against as well. But this strategy, at least initially, worked out well for the Kleins, catapulting.
Wow, it's almost like people grow and change. It's like, for real, if you do one wrong thing, it's over. These are why I hate these fucking people in my party. Because they are not looking to fucking sit down and understand that people change. They just want to fucking whine and bitch and complain rather than actually being pragmatic and doing some shit. Like, do you see this woman going out and canvassing? Do you see this woman telling people to vote for people? Like, no, and make no mistake, this woman's very much in Hassan's orbit.
their online success and following, bolstering their net worth. Ethan Klein has a net worth of $20 million, and Ethan Klein has a net
the
worth of
pocket
$25 million.
watching. The pocket watching, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to look at the rich man's pockets. This girl just wants to have a successful, non-offensive channel. Well, she should have not done something so offensive. Yo, she gets pretty bad here, Toby. Like, we were going over it, but she does like hit a lot of the dog whistles that we commonly associate with anti-Semitism. She hits them, so don't worry, we're getting to it.
$1 million, though some of the ways this wealth has been acquired may be perceived as less than savory. In the fashion industry, the act
Yeah,
of
I
copying,
assume
or
she
at
just
least
thought she
borrowing
was
heavily
following
from
the
someone else's
crowd.
designs is pretty common. In September 2020, Ethan Klein said that James Charles' new merch line looked pretty identical to items from Ila's recent Teddy Fresh collection.
That hoodie is like our most iconic piece. It's our #1 seller. It has been for years. And like James Charles making, it's exactly the same hoodie.
It's actually been ripped off a lot too, but normally like
Here, let me show it because people may not know.
we wouldn't really do anything about it because what can you do?
Oh my
But
god. Now, oh geez, now they're gonna start going to the stealing clothes. They're gonna accuse Ethan and Hila of stealing clothes designs. Watch. Holy fuck. Yeah, I think this is gonna be a 3-parter.
I think in this case it just kind of hurt because it's a fellow YouTuber.
This about
who's
the
actually
dinosaur?
got way bigger influence than we do. And
not
so
yet,
it just kind of hurt.
Hila then shared photos of the 2017 sketches of her color block hoodie, revealing a pattern and color scheme similar to the sisters' hoodies. Initially, James responded with a photo of the inspiration for his hoodies, saying that he's never seen the Teddy Fresh color block hoodies. Ethan released the DMs between him and James and spoke further about them, claiming that James Charles admitted that he did not care, even if one of his team members did steal the Teddy Fresh designs.
This is the part that I really want to share.
No, James Charles is obviously disgraced for being a pedophile, so anything he says, let's take with a grain of salt, please.
The thing is, he brought up the DM, so I feel like he's saying it's okay to share it.
He's not.
But he literally said, after I confronted him, and I hadn't seen this colorway here, he says, oof, just to give you a heads up, it appears that this one has the exact same colors, and it looks like the design team totally ripped you off. He literally said that.
Hi, sisters.
And I said, wow, so it doesn't seem like a coincidence, does it? And he said, it's not. He says, it does not appear to be a coincidence. So he literally admit that they ripped us off in the DM.
It seems pretty clear that potentially he
Girl
personally...
spent more time on her makeup than her research. For real. Okay, can I say something about it, or is that a no-go? Because I do have comments on her makeup, but I know that people are kind of touchy about makeup and all that. But if I'm allowed to say something, I will. If my chat allows me, I will say it, because I think it needs to be said, and it's very distracting. But I don't know how that is, if that's okay to comment on someone's makeup or not, so...
He was not aware, although that is very questionable
Well,
too.
Toby gave me the go-ahead. This woman looks like she put her face in a thing of grease. It looks like she fucking put the bacon all over her. She poured the bacon grease all over her, and now she's slippery as hell. I mean, come on, dude. It looks like she's oily as hell. This isn't a good look, in my opinion. I'm fucking sorry. And you guys, I understand that might be a little controversial, but it looks like she poured the bacon grease all over her face, and she's gonna have horrible acne after this. I can already tell you.
He did not care, even if one of his team members did steal the Teddy Fresh designs.
This is the part that I really want to share, but you won't let me. The thing is, he brought up...
Yeah, glossy as hell. Oily.
The DM, so I feel like he's saying it's okay to share it.
He's not.
But he literally said, after I confronted him, and I hadn't seen this colorway here, he says, oof, just to give you a heads up, it appears that this one has the exact same colors, and it looks like the design team totally ripped you off. He literally said,
Hi, sisters.
And I said, wow, so it doesn't seem like a coincidence, does it? And he said, it's not. He says, it does not appear to be a coincidence. So he literally admit that they ripped us off in the DM.
Way too much highlighter. Totally agree.
It seems pretty clear that potentially he personally was not aware, although that is very questionable too. But let's say that he was not.
Hey, I'm hip with the makeup game. I like makeup. I think it can look good on men and women. But we just live in a society that thinks it's like a little more acceptable for women too.
Not his team was, but it doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately, it's his responsibility.
One would assume that Teddy Fresh having someone plagiarize their designs would make the clients against doing something similar. However, in 2021, a Reddit user came forward with allegations that some...
It's almost like you don't have... I already know what this is going to be. It's almost like you don't have control over everybody in your this is so building up for up to gone but not forgotten dinosaur sweater. Well, hey, you got it, man.
Designs used by Teddy Fresh in a collection themed around dinosaurs have been copied directly from a 1990 knitting pattern booklet. The book, titled Dinosaur: 5 Knitting Patterns, was created by Gary Kennedy, who made various licensed knitting pattern booklets in the 1980s and 1990s. On the H3 podcast, Ethan admitted that the designs were plagiarized, but he claimed that the design was submitted by someone who was previously fired back in 2021.
Yeah, you dumb fuck. They were fired for stealing it. He did all of the proper percussions. He did it all. She seems the type, especially from the apology, she just wants to say the right thing. Yeah, that's what... Well, she proves that she just wants to say the right thing in this fucking video. I messed up. Mwah! Wearing this god-awful fucking headband. It's a decision.
Months earlier, despite trying to pass the blame onto an anonymous former employee,
Oh, they did? I didn't know about that. That's super fucking cool, Bill. That is so generous that they reached out to the original artist.
People that she's very involved in the design and all of the creative when it comes to Teddy Fresh. Regardless, Ethan still made comments like, we could probably still legally sell it, suggesting that nothing would happen if Teddy Fresh still sold the designs without crediting Gary Kennedy.
Okay, first of all, the Teddy Fresh thing. So Teddy Fresh is a company with 30 employees. And by the way, I love whenever someone's losing a debate to me, they bring this up. It's literally the lowest hanging fruit.
Go ahead,
we have like a whole team of designers, and sometimes our designers are taking stuff way too close to the source.
Yeah, bring out Hila. Hey, bring him in.
Hold on. Let me finish. Teddy Fresh, we have designers, right? And we have a fairly large company. This is a common problem in all streetwear. We've had designers who have pretty much close to stole designs. We fired people over it, and every time it comes up, we have company meetings.
1 month later, in December of 2021, Teddy Fresh debuted another sweater. We collaborated with Gary Kennedy on our vintage dinosaur sweater.
Wow! So they collaborated. Oh my god, hold on. What does she have an issue with this? They reached out to the original creator, got him to design something. What the fuck is the issue gonna be with this?
In the 1980s and 1990s, led a world-renowned company that produced intarsia knitting patterns. Much love to Gary, who was gracious enough to lend us his design. Despite seemingly learning their lesson, this would not be, allegedly, the last time that Teddy Fresh stole designs.
Oh, allegedly. Dude, it's such a big fucking... Like, the fashion industry is so fucking huge. Do you know how many designs come out per fucking day from that goddamn industry? And you're gonna sit here and be like, oh, well, they look similar. Fuck off, dude. Are you gonna get mad at Adidas for selling something similar to Nike?
Allegedly. In the past, the brand has ripped a bear from a vintage t-shirt.
Yeah, she doesn't implicitly say anything, but she will be inferring some horrible shit, dude. Like, Toby, you weren't here, but she implied that Ethan and Hila were pedophiles.
Only changing the color scheme before slapping a logo on it and reselling it. They did something similar to another random vintage t-shirt. In another side-by-side photo, Teddy Fresh seemingly ripped off an ASOS sunflower design with only slight differences and the Teddy Fresh logo. Teddy Fresh also made a similar design to Prada's Flame Intarsia sweater. Pandora's upholstery also fell victim to the brand. And more recently...
Oh my god, shut the fuck up. Just because these are popular... Okay, how many other companies besides Teddy Fresh have a design just like that? Like, this is such bullshit, dude.
Recently, it seems like artists have lost interest in Hila, have stopped working with the brand. The respect...
I know what you were saying, by the way, Toby. Like, the right, like, she wants to come across to have the quote-unquote right opinion, but the right opinion is just shitting on Ethan.
For Teddy Fresh has fallen. What was once a respected endeavor, where a YouTuber went beyond the realms of content creation, is now floundering, and Hila is notably freaked out about...
No, it's not. Stop. Ooh, this is kind of mean. What she's doing here. I love Teddy Fresh designs. Hold on, guys. I'm just going to show off some Teddy. I think they're great. I'm just going to show off, you know, show them off for the homies. Look at these. These are good designs. I haven't seen this design anywhere. I actually kind of really like that. That's sick. But, like, a failing business? This is sold out. They sold out of an item, so it doesn't seem like they're failing to me. Seems like you're just projecting what you want to happen, which is embarrassing, and you should feel ashamed
about it. Recently, there's a Reddit post by an alleged insider who claimed that Teddy Fresh is not doing well. Take everything I say here with a grain of salt, as I'm not affiliated with the brand, but I'm close to a couple of people who work or have worked for Teddy Fresh. Just before Christmas, they laid off about a third of their employees. Money is a major reason why. Anyone can deduce that the company is not pulling in what it used to. However, what I've heard is that production is mismanaged at every level.
By the way, guys, Where is she getting this from? Look at where she's at. H3 Snark. If she couldn't be more invalid, if she couldn't be more fucking stupid.
My opinion is that H and E, Ela and Ethan, were spoiled by high-selling early releases and began to think anything the company touched would turn to gold. Now, obviously, not the case.
Yeah, and this is a second-hand account on H3 Snark.
The result of this is layoffs, hardworking people treated like collateral thanks to things being so poorly managed. The people I've spoken to are not confident that the company will be around much longer.
Well, actually, it's up to 80% off some of this.
Wanna
We did deep discounts because, like, we just want to get, you know, it's like, okay, we have like
You
10
know,
more accounts.
to contribute to the chat that's going on, I think it's a mix, right? I think in some cases she's knowingly lying, and in other cases she's just too stupid to see it. Unfortunately, it's always impossible to tell with these people. It's always impossible because you have this it's just impossible. So
But it's a good opportunity. Rick and Morty, sorry guys, it's a heavy discount. I mean, I paid for the product. I got it low.
The clients used to have famous associates, influencers they knew, who would support their brands.
The relevance of the CSGO Lotto was to establish that Ethan used to be good, but now he's big bad. I believe that's what the purpose of it was.
Associate with their name. But over the course of the last few years, they have few friends and even fewer frenemies. Though at one point, Ethan was a part of the...
Okay, we're gonna get to the frenemies segment, which I'll probably save for tomorrow's stream because we're running on 3 hours and I gotta get ready. But before we do that, let's check the news, see if anything's happening. But if you want my overall opinion so far, I think this video should never have come out. I think she really should have thought about what is... By the way, Fox News, first fucking website I click on. Isn't that fun? I think it's incredibly not well researched. I think it's just full of misinfo, and she's not being fair at all to Ethan. She is just coming... She came from a place... She's trying to come from a... She's already reached a conclusion. So she's coming from that conclusion towards Ethan. And so, of course it's going to be bad faith. Of course it's going to be all of this, because she doesn't care about the truth. She's working from the conclusion that Ethan's a bad guy. So it doesn't really matter what Ethan's going to say. But I'm excited to get to the rest of this video tomorrow and probably Saturday. It's a big one. Let me see if CBS News has released any Senate talks. Cruise passengers left behind on island found dead. Oh, that's not good. Do not come.
Most famous online frenemy show.
Shut up. Cool world, dumb mind. True, but I think it is in her heart, her cold dead heart. Lamau, that's part of a joke. Hey, don't worry. Cool world, dead, fucking whatever her name is. Hey, you want to talk about a mouthful? That guy doesn't exist. Doesn't compare to Cruel World, Happy Mind. That's a mouthful. TGDE. That's something you can put on a brand. All right, let me see what AP is releasing. If there's anything AP is releasing right now, and then I'll end it. Last minute scramble, yeah. Oh yeah, we got that. I'll probably be talking about that tomorrow too. The U.S. soybean deal. But besides that, there's really not much going on. All right, Cruel World shiny face. I love that. I love that, Toby. It's so fucking true. Shiny face. That's so funny. But anyways, guys, if you guys have enjoyed the content and you want to see more like it, please give a subscription. It really helps out the channel, gets the message out there. I do a show Monday through Friday. I'm not really sure of times, though. That's going to be an interesting one. But please subscribe, smash the like button, share it if you're feeling a little frisky. And we're going to end off with some MAGA music, you know? Oh, actually, we're gonna end off with. Actually, no, we'll end off with some MAGA music. Who's live right now? Go check out. Go to, if IRI is streaming right now, go check out IRI. If IRI isn't streaming, I bet Loner might be or something like that. This is 4G Auto Blow, JJ Lawhorn, Good vs. Evil, the most racist song of the year. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
A short piece of rope, hang them up high at sundown, leave them swinging so the folks all know you don't mess around in our town. A big tall tree and a short piece of rope, hang them up high at sundown, leave them swinging so the folks all know you don't mess around in our town.
Thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill. But if you do, bitch, we'll hang you in a fucking field. We don't judge by skin, we judge by soul. So God can judge your sin, but bitch, you gotta go. Austin Metcalf lost his life at a track meet. The news won't say it, so I say it on a trap beat. And while they running from accountability, Lake and Riley was murdered while she was running in the streets. Who would have thought the girl who left the danger in Ukraine would get her life taken riding on a train by a nigga when she's rapping Black Lives Matter? But you triggered by this song, tell me which is sadder.
Big tall tree and a short piece of rope, hang them up high at sundown, leave them swinging so the folks all know you don't mess around in our town. A big tall tree and a short piece of rope, hang them up high at sundown, leave them swinging so the folks all know you don't mess around in our town. Oh, there's too much crime in the streets these days, too much evil going down. If they get them up out of the bricks for a while, the judge turns them loose on the town. How many mothers gotta cry? How many children gotta die before we put an end to all this mess? We ought to do it like they did it way back in the day, cause granddaddy's way it works best. Who's gonna right them wrongs, my friend? Vengeance is the Lord's, but brother, justice ain't a sin. We need a big tall tree and a short piece of rope, hang them up high at sundown, leave them swinging so the folks all know you don't mess around in our town. A big tall tree and a short piece of rope, hang them up high at sundown,